It's a night. It's a dark 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 night.
Well, welcome everybody to another Beatboxing Podcast Special Open Lines Friday edition for everybody out there. You know what it is. It's that time of the day. Feels like nighttime when we do this show, but fellas, got a very special show for you. Very special, man. We're gonna be talking about tomorrow's fight. Lightweight marbles are all on the line. Between George Kambosos, Devin Haney. We also have a fantastic fight between Stephen Fulton, Daniel Roman. The future David Benavides, or the wannabe Benavides, David Morrell is going to be fighting too, as well on that undercard. And before all of that happens, we got a little preview, a little fight. Kenichi Ogawa versus Joe Cardina from Cardiff, Wales. That should be a banger as well. So fellas, we're going to be talking about all of that plus more. If this is your show, you get to come onto the panel and talk about whatever you want. Let me just address something right off the bat. This type of show, it's high intensity, high voltage, high drama. If you're gonna complain about, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to talk about that, guess what? You're gonna get the boot. All right? Fellas, the Crimson Inquisition is coming. I don't know how many times I have to say it, and I can't stress it enough. And if you're here complaining about the content of a show, I don't see you surviving it. All right, fellas? In any event, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Rafael Garza, Jaguar, shout out to those two fellas. Shout out to Rex. Shout out to Blue Collar Sports TV. Go check out his channel, his boxing channel, Blue Collar Sports TV. And of course, you know him by his other moniker, Disturbed Reality. A little too disturbing for my liking. Let me tell you, I've said it before. That type of stuff really unnerves me. Hey, shout out to Tech RD, Joker, Bernard, Bray, JumpTube. Many more people to come, I'm sure. Oh, Apology Man. It's been a while since I haven't seen him. I saw him on Thunderdomes earlier. Or was it on Blue Collar Sports TV's channel? I forget where I saw one of those two. Shout out to Apology Man. Shout out to Foul Pole Boxing as well. I haven't seen him in a while. Shout out to Foul Pole, King KO. Many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Let me tell you something. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, right? That's all I ask for. Usually I add in the super chat thing, but it's like if you want to donate money, we've got a what do you call it, Patreon page, and we've got the BDM membership program. All right, those are the two best options. Super chats, we appreciate them, but YouTube takes 30% off the bat. Anyway, screw this whole money PR thing. Let's get down to the fun. Let's get down to the content, fellas. I don't know if you know how to use Discord, so let me give you a little bit of a crash course on how it works. So, as you can see here, hold on a second, you can't see it yet. There we go. So you got the Discord there. This is the special, actually that's a special page. All right, so let me go to the usual page here. This is our Discord page, all right? What you want to do is, if you've never been on, we're going to be dropping the invite there. So click on that invite. And then what you want to do is, if you're on your phone, slide left to right, left to right, and you shall see this here that says voice channels. And you see there, it's flashing there, the speaker icon. You would actually technically click on that. But here's the problem. I'm going to be sending you an invite to a special Discord. It's a special room. You guys know we've been trying to let everybody in. We really tried to go for that. The BDA sentiment of letting everybody in. But the problem is there's too many people. Too many cooks in the kitchen. And that tends to make for chaos, too much chaos. It's not even entertaining chaos. So we're going to be limiting it to about, 10 people. 10 people to start with. And then, depending on how it goes, we'll up it up to 15, 12, whatever. Butch already dropped the invite there. So it's first come, first serve. You know what? I set it to 12 spots. 12 spots. So if you want to join, now's your chance. Talk about Kambosos versus Haney tomorrow taking place. Stephen Fulton versus Roman. That's a heck of a fight right there. And also you've got Ogawa versus Cordina from Wales. It's not even a real country, Wills. I mean, I don't know what you would call it, but that's where it's taking place, all right, fellas? The Green Plains of Wales. What was I want to say in the meantime? Hold on a second. Let me jump here into the Discord. I don't know if Bucho dropped the right invite for the special room here. Special Open Lines Friday, so I'm going to drop it. Yeah, Bucho, how come the one you're dropping is different? Maybe he's dropping the BDA Discord, the big one. In any event, let's get down to it. Fellas, I was looking to... the weigh-in is at 8 p.m., by the way, so hopefully we're done by then. I was looking at the odds here, the official odds, and as you can see here, Devin Haney is about a 2-1 favorite. 2-1. It's interesting. Apparently, he opened up as a favorite when they announced the fight. So it seems like the odds makers and the insiders, they're gunning more for Devin Haney. But as you may remember, we took a lot of phone calls on the last episode where we were doing the call-in show. And man, it was about 50-50. Close to 50-50. I think it was, I counted it the other day, I think it was 13 people picked Haney, and I think 12 picked Kambosos. Okay, look, I'm opening it up here. 13 people picked Haney, 11 picked Kambosos, and there's one guy I forgot, Anthony from Texas. I forgot to write his prediction. I also forgot to take the panelist prediction. How about that? Just too much was going on, fellas. Too much was going on. Couldn't get to it. All right, let me jump on here to the Discord here. Apology Man, is that you? Apology Man, can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh, it's been a while, man. What's up?
Yeah, I've been working a lot, so I don't know what time.
Should be working on that connection, man, because it's like I can barely hear you. It's be breaking up.
You can barely hear me. All right, hold on. Let me try something.
Okay, now I can hear you. I think it was just getting warmed up. You've been working a lot. When you say working a lot, that's not a euphemism for stalking girls at the gym, right?
No comment.
All right, well, there you go. Well, listen, God's apology, man. I know you were getting jaded with boxing for a while there. You were getting tired of the shenanigans. I got to tell you, 2001 was a heck of a year. 2022 is getting off to a good one, too. I mean, two of the big fights, Joshua Usyk and Canelo Bivol, the right guy got the decision, so that must have maybe rekindled your fire a little bit, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, but I had a few problems with the Canelo Bivol fight. I mean, if you have time, if you want to go into that topic, we can. Or if you want to speak about this fight.
Well, let's talk about Haney. That's what people who are picking him keep saying. Haney. Kambosos versus Haney. What are your thoughts on that one?
I'm unsure what to think, BJ, because there's so many factors going into this fight. You got Haney just signed with Top Rank, and that's more something fishy on the cards, because Top Rank just signed the guy, so they want to keep him protected. But at the same time, I feel like maybe because of those good omens that maybe the right guy will win. I also think this fight may be boring as well because Kambosos is not a huge puncher and Devin Haney likes to run a lot. So hopefully he comes to fight and we get a good fight.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be a technical but intense type of matchup. And that's putting it in the best of terms. You know, I'm trying to really spice it up here. But you're right. It's if anybody that's expecting Chocolatito versus Estrada or Fundora versus Lubin, that's not the type of shootout I don't expect that. But apology, man. Let me ask you this. A lot of people are talking about the power. That's a big point of contention here coming into this fight. The power. Whom? Do you think Kambosos is the harder puncher? And if so, by how much?
I don't think Kambosos is the average puncher, but the problem is Devin Haney is very chinny and he keeps his chin up in the air. If you look at the way his head is built, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like his chin is long and he's like half his chin is above the glove and half his chin's below. So it's a bit weird. So he's gonna get, if you watch a nice fight, he got caught left hooks all night long and he got hurt multiple times. So I believe that guys Kambosos can hurt him.
Well, let me tell you, a lot of people are. That's what a lot of people are saying or at least the people that are picking Kambosos in anyway. Because I'm looking at the predictions that I took here from the callers last Tuesday. It was, for example, Machiavelli said Kambosos stoppage. Soothsayer said Kambosos stoppage. Logical Man said Kambosos stoppage. Sammy Perez said, well, he said decision. Who else? Yeah, man, I got 3 or 4 people saying stoppage. We got Boom Boom Guy. We got Boom Boom Guy dropping by. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, am I coming in clear on the audio?
Yes.
Did you get Bob Arum's prediction?
No, what'd he say?
Look up the interview. It's funny. Bob Arum said Devin Haney is going to box the pants off Kambosos.
The pants off of him. Well, they're wearing trunks, but I get his meaning. Boom Boom Guy, a lot of people are saying that, some people are worried for Haney fighting in Australia, but as Apology Man pointed out, and other people have pointed out, he's the one that Top Rank has just signed for some sort of a 4 or 5 fight deal. Kambosos doesn't really have that representation, I don't think, from Top Rank. So do you think people are overblowing this whole Australia thing out of proportion?
Yeah, that's an excellent point, BDA, because they did sign him to a multi-fight deal. And in that same interview I'm talking about, Bob Arum wants the winner of this fight to fight Lomachenko. So why would he give a rematch clause and a third fight for Haney? So obviously, I think they have bigger plans for Haney, and I think they see Haney coming, being the winner of this.
Yeah, that's the thing there, man. I mean, a lot of people, some people are saying that it might go. But here's my thing. I'm giving you my prediction off the bat because enough prevaricating. I think it's time. I'm going with Haney. I think the jab is going to be the difference. A caller said that too. I think he was poaching off my observations. But in any event, I think the jab's going to be the difference. But I don't think it's going to be easy for Haney. I really don't. I think he's going to have to be on his game because Kambosos is rambunctious. He's like a little Tasmanian devil.
No.
Yeah,
you're right. He's going to be playing catch up. Like I said, he beat Leo, but everyone said they don't think Leo was 100%. So really, did he really beat Leo? Because Leo beat Lomachenko. So they're taking that, Kambosos beat the guy who beat Lomachenko. But did he really?
BJ made a video on this about, wasn't he crying before the fight in the interview, BJ?
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, I just want to tell people I see there's people in the usual, the normal BJ Discord chat. Don't Bucho, can you please tell him? Yeah, tell him we're on the special server. Because I think you gave him the server there for the BDA Discord. Anyway, I also put the link to this Discord I pinned it in the chat. It's pinned in the chat, fellas. So if you want to jump on the panel, click that link. We have 9 spots left, and they're going to go by fast once people get wind of this, all right?
Hey, BDA.
Yes.
I was in the other one with Jimmy. Jimmy was trying to get on here.
well, Bucho, if you're listening, please tell them to... make their way on this Discord, all right? And stop giving out the Discord for the link, if you are giving it, because I don't know why they thought it was that one, but try to get them over here. Yeah, apology, that's what I was going to say. When that thing, before the Lopez-Kambosos fight, Lopez was really losing it. He was on the Zone pre-fight interview. He went in there and he started talking about how he was insecure, how this doesn't feel like shit, even though he had all the belts. But he started crying. His father had to reassure him, no, you the best, baby, you the best. We're going to kick some ass. Then from that, he went to saying that he wanted to kill somebody in the ring, that he was happy that he was going to be fighting Kambosos because he disliked him so much, and that it was legal to batter him, and that he wanted to have a body on his record, just like Deontay Wilder said. He also said, what else did he say? He started saying some weird shit. It was some real weirdo shit, which indicates that he wasn't there mentally. So I understand when people say, well, Kambosos didn't beat the best Lopez. I understand where they're coming from. But the point is, he did beat him. Kambosos was fighting away. He wasn't fighting his hometown. It's in the United States. That's not his home. So I give him credit for that as well. He also got harangued, if you will, by all the delays from Triller. So it's not like he was just sitting back enjoying the fruits of his labor and not laboring at all. He had to push it himself, and he beat Lopez. So I don't think we should discount that win.
No, don't discount it. But everyone's seen Lopez's game plan. That it wasn't a winning game plan. So just imagine a better fighter, in my opinion, with a master game plan. And on top of that, his father trainer is in Australia with him. So it's. I think the first fight is going to be clear. The second one, I think, is going to be closer.
Hey, let me ask you this, Boom Boom Guy. People over in Australia were screaming rat at Devin Haney. They were saying rat, rat. Do you think that's going a little bit overboard, or does that come with the territory, fighting abroad?
It is. It is. They don't understand. It's not even black culture. It's hip hop culture. They don't understand. That's not the definition of a rat. I mean, if Devin Haney saw that Kambosos, it was a better chance fighting for the belts with Kambosos having the belts. So yeah, he fed public information to Kambosos' camp. But that's not a rat. A rat is you guys are both criminals and you snitch on your partner in crime to get off or lesser time. That's a rat. What Kambosos is talking about, it's dumb. It's wicked war games, whatever. He's trying to get in his head.
Well, do you think it's Boom Boom? Do you think it's slimy move though, or do you think it's fair game?
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have done it. But I mean, like I said, Haney felt like Leo did not want to fight him. So he wanted to give, which it didn't, but he wanted to give Kambosos an up on Leo, talking about his marital issues and stuff like that. But I don't see how that affect the fight.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be affecting Devin Haney all that much. So that's the interesting thing about it. These guys talk a lot. They talk a lot before a fight, and then once fight night starts, it gets dissolved if these guys are on point. So listen, we got a whole bunch of people here. Now we're cooking with a little fire with the oil. So you guys go at it. You guys tell us your prediction, because I know not everybody here has given it. So whoever jumps first, go.
I'll start it off. I got Haney unanimous decision. I think Kambosos is going to be looking for a fight, and Haney's not going to give it to him. Haney's going to play it smart. He's not going to do what Tio did. He can learn a lot from the Tio fight. And Kambosos, that's his last fight. He fought somebody with a bad game plan. So yeah, that's my prediction. Unanimous decision.
All right.
Hey, wait. Can I go next?
Yes, Corey, go ahead.
I'm not going to be biased or not. I'm keeping 100 with you. I'm going Haney unanimous decision. It can go split. It can go either way, in my opinion. But I see a unanimous decision. I feel like he fought emotional Tio. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He went out there with a beautiful game plan in that fight against Tio. But I feel like he fought emotional Tio. He still got dropped by emotional Tio. But I feel like he's expecting a war like from Tio fight. But he's not going to get that. He's not the better boxer in this fight, and he's going to see that June 4th.
Interesting. Hold on. Actually, let me write down your prediction, because all right, Boom Boom, we already had your prediction from Tuesday, so I don't have to rewrite that. So Corey, you're saying Haney unanimous decision.
I'm calling it unanimous decision.
All right, unanimous decision. You said?
Yeah, 8 to 4 rounds, bro. I don't see him winning more than at least 3-4 rounds.
So you're saying unanimous decision?
The box. The only way he has the opportunity is if he make it a brawl, but still he's going to get outboxed. So I don't see it. I don't see him winning more than 3 rounds.
All right, fantastic. Anybody else wants to go ahead and talk about this fight? Give us their thoughts on it.
The only way.
Hey, looks.
Yeah, the only way I think he's going to get a decision is unanimous. I don't think if it goes down a split in his home and in Australia, I think anything relatively close what is going to probably go to Kambosos. And I'm not accusing Australia of being crooked. It's just when people go to foreign countries,
Did Chief drop out or
Chief?
Hey, keep in mind that they don't have Australian. Keep in mind that they don't have Australian judges either. So
And also keep in mind
that doesn't matter at all.
top rank is a
yeah,
everyone-
he
have to
wanted
disagree
his
with you.
points down the line. He went to the commissions and complained about that.
Hey,
all right? You guys, everyone's cutting off for some reason. Chief, go ahead, finish your thoughts, because you cut off there. Your connection got cut.
I sorry about that. I agree that I think it's going to be a unanimous decision. I just think that Kambosos is going to start off too slow, and Haney's going to build a lead. And I do believe that Kambosos is going to have his moments. Whether they're in the middle rounds or the late rounds, remains to be seen. I'm picking late rounds, but I don't think he's got the power to turn the fight with his punches unless he does a lot of damage early. I don't think he's going to get the work in early to do that. One, because of Haney's movement and Haney's game plan, but two, I think he's going to start too slow, and that's going to backfire on him. And that's why I think these guys are right. That's going to be a decision for Haney.
All right, I wrote it down there. Anybody else? Go ahead, fellas. Cook it up, as they say.
Oh, if you don't mind, I'll go next. Yeah, I mean, I think Kambosos. I think he will get Haney sort of late on, what's his name? Linares. But unlike Linares, Kambosos in his prime. I personally think he's either going to stop him very late on or get a split decision win.
Well, sorry, repeat that.
I think he'll get a split decision win, or he if he's lucky, he might stop Haney late on. But
you're going with Kambosos?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, but you got to pick one. You can't tell me, either stoppage or
split decision win for Kambosos.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Yeah, because some people called in and go.
Is that an Australian accent?
No, that's not an Australian accent. Yeah, because I've had people call in on Tuesday and they're like, I think I either have Devin Haney by decision or by stoppage. I go, fuck, why didn't you add fucking the disqualification while I at it? 3 fucking picks there, 3 possibilities. You got to pick one.
You look at Kambosos' last sort of few fights against Lee Selby. I can't remember the other guy who beat. The name eludes me right now. And Lopez.
Hey.
He's been in the thank you. Thank you. He's been in the trenches. He's been put down by Lopez, who, let's be honest, is probably the hardest hitter in that division. And he got up and then he won the next championship rounds. He's got the mental stuff. Whether Haney's not been tested, I don't know. But at least Haney's dad is back, which I'm glad, because I don't want to hear those excuses if Kambosos wins.
I agree with you on the fact that he's been tested, Kambosos. Haney's problem is that he's got a lot of hype around him, and we're waiting to see how true it is. And this is the first live test he's had. I don't care what anybody says about how great Linares' record is. I knew about Linares before most people even knew who he was. Most people didn't know who he was until he saw Oklahoma. So I knew him when he was an undefeated guy that got knocked out in the first round at featherweight. So, and most other people never heard of him back then.
And no disrespect. One last thing, no disrespect. I know a lot of Americans are saying, "Oh, it's great that Haney's going abroad and this and that." Man, cut the shit out, because no offense, all us foreigners have been coming to America and doing what we've got to do. And for the first time, Americans are shitting themselves because they're literally going abroad and thinking, "Listen, everybody else has done that. Now it's just your turn." That's the differences.
That's a good point.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because all the top talent is in America. That's why.
Yeah, is that why you own all the belts?
I don't.
That's a lie.
I don't agree with that either.
No,
money.
I was saying yes out of sarcasm.
Yo, Ken. I understand what you're saying, bro, but like some of that what you're saying is not true, bro. Not every American is shitting on Australia, bro. So not every American is shitting on other countries. So don't say that, bro. Because I support UK boxing more than I do.
No. I'm in terms of going abroad to fight, not saying those countries are crap. Actually, leaving America to say, "Yo, I'm coming to your land and whipping your ass."
Yeah, I mean, we really don't. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I mean, it's more, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's enough like top American talent for us to really get that opportunity to like move. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more. The
main thing, dude. Like, the main thing is all about
talents.
The main thing is all about. Listen, the main thing is all about the Benjamins, which are completely 100%. That's why AJ is going to fight Usyk in Saudi Arabia, because them Muslim barons are paying the money.
Yeah, true.
I get that. I get that.
They also that Floyd fight.
And you said, wait, who said it was hype around Haney? Who said that?
I did. I said, I didn't say he was overhyped. I said there's a lot of hype around him that he hasn't proven yet. And we fought 3 featherweights in a row. 2 of them were way past their prime and had had 8 combined losses all by stoppage.
Yeah.
And his wins over them were not overly impressive.
All right.
That's not to say that he's not talented.
We know that.
Fighter. He just hasn't. He's vanilla without.
Wait, can I say something? Can I say something though? So look.
Oh, yeah, we've chatted before, so I look forward to talking to you. And please be my guest.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we definitely supposed to have that talk the other day, but you know what I'm saying? Timing was off.
Wait.
But now,
where were you guys talking?
Now, see, it's another server. Me and him are like cool. You know what I'm saying? So We were just going to chat it up, basically.
Yeah.
Nah. So look. Personally, Haney been asking for the fights, and the only thing that upsets me about the trash talk is when everybody say he's not the real champ. I mean, he been trying to unify, but it's not his fault that he can't get a fight. And everybody knows how it is with the promotions. When if you're not in the same company, it's really hard to make a fight because people try to protect their chance with any means necessary. But what I'm saying is, if we're being honest, Kambosos has fought the top guy, obviously, T.O. And Haney has fought guys with championship experience. So if I'm saying who has more experience in general, it's Haney. I feel like he has way more experience when it comes to like fighting top fighters.
He fought old had been at the prime though.
Oh my God! Hold on. Listen, if you're gonna say that, you got to be fair. You're gonna say Gamboa, and then Kambosos fought Mickey Bay. I mean that's the exact same category right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That one is much up, but that one's getting any more experience off of that than the other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's not, bro. You can't really say he hasn't bro. At the end of the day, bro, we going to sell the score tomorrow, and all I'm saying is I just don't feel like Kambosos is on that level of boxing as Haney. I just feel like he had no chance to make it work.
Right. In terms of skill, you're right. In terms of skill, 100% are right. I agree with that.
Yeah, he
but
he doesn't have the.
But can you make up for it? Can he make up for it with his ruggedness and toughness like other fighters have done in the past? That's how Duran did it. That's how Arguello did it. That's how Chavez did it. And they beat good boxers. They beat very good boxers.
I feel like for him to get a victory tomorrow night, because a lot of people saying split decision. No. I see the fight playing out how every Haney fight plays out. You know what I'm saying? I see it starting off slow and Haney picking them apart for the first couple rounds, filling each other out. And I feel like, he'll probably have success towards like the 6 and up. You know what I'm saying? But he might hurt.
Playing catch up the whole fight.
Yeah, he's going to be playing catch up. He might hurt him once in a while. I just can't see Kambosos winning that fight.
Hey, shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution with the super chat. He says Cam might lose, but he's going the distance. We'll be able to see robbery or not. BDA/Bushos, salute to everyone, and Iceman if he's out there. All right, shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution, man. Really appreciate it, and stay tuned for the show, man. Hopefully it gets heated here. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot of fights. Don't forget tomorrow we've got Kambosos versus Haney. Then we got Fulton at the same time, Fulton versus Roman, and before that we got Kenichi Ogawa taking on Joe Cordina from Wales. Go ahead, fellas.
But also, don't forget, I mean, people say about, he's going to get robbed in Australia. No offense, when Usyk came to AJ and whipped his ass, they didn't give it to Usyk. Bivol bloody beat Canelo. They didn't say, let's give it to Canelo. It can be done.
It can. And it has been done. I mean, historically, Virgil Hill went over to Germany to fight Henry Maskey at a time when everyone thought that you can't win a decision in Germany. And when he won a split decision.
Look at Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Both went to England. Did this thing. And Haney,
theirs were by stoppage though, weren't they?
But then again, I don't know if Haney is as good as Errol Spence or Crawford were at that time when he went to England. Both of them went to England.
Listen, look, let's be open and honest. Not every time skills pay the bills, and not every time the right guy wins. Unfortunately, it does happen. Look at Pacquiao and Horn. It does happen, obviously.
What about Haney's jab? Do you guys think that's going to be the X factor in this fight that gets him the win?
Well, it's definitely going to be the tool he's going to have to establish first in order to win. His footwork, okay. His head movement's decent. He can block punches and pick them off. All well and good. But if he establishes that jab off the get-go, and even if he's pot shotting early, like Corey said, it's still going to be, if he gets that jab going to where Kambosos has to get past it and it's scoring points in the first 3 to 4 rounds, that's that catch-up we're talking about. He's going to have to make up for. So if he gets that going, longer night for Kambosos.
I agree, man. I agree. That jab, I think it's his ace in the hole in this fight. If he abandons that jab, it's going to be a long night. Then again, it's up to Kambosos to take that jab away. He's got a good overhand right. So I think that's why we're going to be seeing But Kambosos has to be active, man. He has to go hit that body. Hit that body. Don't get hypnotized. Don't try to go jab for jab. If Haney jabs, go to the body. If Haney throws a right, go to the body. If Haney looks at him crooked, go to the body. You guys to get what I'm saying. Body, 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 body. There's a few guys that have actually gone.
Also, don't start slow.
Balls to the walls.
Yeah, exactly. Don't start slow. Go to the body. Take the fight to him. But control range. Don't smother yourself like what's his name? Like Valdez did in the late rounds against Shakur. Don't smother yourself. Give yourself punching room and come out fast. Because if you come out slow and feel him out while he's piling up points with that jab, and you're not hitting the body like BDA said, you're not wearing him down for later in the fight, number one, and you're letting him build a lead, and you're letting him build momentum that you're going to have to overcome. Not a good game plan, even in your hometown.
And look, that's easier. That's easier, though, right? Like a lot of people say, start off early. Like if you're obviously knowing you're not the better boxer, they're saying start off early. It's hard to do that, bro, because you got to realize, bro, he might not got that many KOs, but he can still finish somebody, bro. It's 8-ounce gloves, like he said. Then so obviously Kambosos, I know he's not expecting the same fight like how T.O. obviously rushed out there and was trying to get the finish early, and that's what messed up his whole game plan. And I feel like it was kind of his dad's fault too that messed up fight. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he knows he's fighting a way better 1-pounder now, a smarter, I'm not going to say better, a smarter 135-pounder that's really dangerous, and he knows he has to come out there with a beautiful game plan and not rush. Can't sit there and brawl this time because it's going to be a really hard fight, but I can't wait till tomorrow, bro. That's all I can say, bro.
Well, he needs to turn into a ball, though. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I was going to say, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with the feeling out rounds aspect. As long as, maybe round 1, 2 maximum. Don't be like Lomachenko, get to round 6 or 7, then start, then you start putting the gas on. You obviously got to do it by maybe round 2, 3 max. But the way I look at it, speed beats power, but timing beats speed. And I think Kambosos has got good timing.
I think it's the other way around. I think he's got the speed, and I think timing.
Yeah, that's correct.
You think that Haney's got better timing than Kambosos?
No.
So, no. The other two guys that commented. I heard what you said. I'm trying to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah. What I'm saying is speed generally beats power, and Haney's got the speed, but timing beats speed.
Yes, it does.
And I feel Kambosos has got good timing.
The timing. Haney has the timing.
Yes, sir.
Like Kambosos has speed, and I can't hear myself. Go ahead.
Who do you think is who's that? Boom Boom. Who do you think's faster?
What?
Kambosos.
Yeah.
It's not going to make a difference.
Yeah.
He's faster, but he's not as skillful.
Interesting. I'm ambivalent about that answer.
See, when people say skillful, that's a very vague term because everyone looks at skill. Everyone looks at skill like most, and nobody in here is a casual. I know this, but when I hear this the most, I hear from people that say that Haney's style is skillful and like Kambosos' style is not. And I don't know what that really means because skill is the ability to be able to perform your game plan. That's what skill literally means. So if his skill is to be a pressure fighter, apply pressure, and wear his opponent down, that's a skill. And so when people say that he's not a skilled fighter, I don't know what that really means.
Can I add something to that? Chief? Well, hold on, real quick. Shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution with Super Chat. He says, it's always promoters in the countries of people's backyard. It's the promoters running it all the time. She had money and ran the show. Who's going to come in Australia? The local mayor? What is he saying? A prominent prompts? I don't know what he means that there at the end, but shout out to Michael Poe. But I get why Michael. Well, now we're playing charades over here. Shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution with the super chat. Really appreciate it, Michael. And I think Michael Poe is right. It's the promoters. They chose a bunch of judges here that nobody really knows, so it could go both ways. Either these judges are going to be fair, or they're going to be inexperienced and going to be all over the place. We'll see. But shout out to Michael Poe. And by the way, fellas, hit the like. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Now, I wanted to touch on something Chief said. You guys were talking about the skills. What skills? I've been watching Kambosos and Haney a lot now today in the build-up to this fight, and I think it's fair to say that Haney is a little bit more skillful because he keeps everything tighter. The way he throws his shots, he doesn't waste as much movement, and it's the little thing. It's the little things, but they can play a difference here. He doesn't flare his elbows as much. He's a little bit more tighter with his technique. When he throws his punches, he doesn't telegraph them as much. So I think that could be the difference when it comes to a tactical matchup. But the other thing that could come down to could be balls. Who's willing to let his hands go more? And we saw that Kambosos was willing to trade with Lopez, who was a bigger puncher. So what do you guys think? We're going to see a firefight tomorrow, or?
I think that's exactly what that guy meant by when he said skill. I think he meant technique. My question, because I just got here, is what version do you guys think Kambosos beat Teofimo? Because knowing that he went through a divorce, he couldn't see his child and stuff like that.
I mean, everyone's got distractions, and I'm not trying to take away from what he was going through, because thank the Lord I've never gone through all that. But I mean, everyone's got. I'll put it this way. When I found out I had to retire from the military, they told you got 2 months and congratulations, you're going to retire. Whereas everyone else gets 2 years to plan it out. So right as that happened, the alarm went off to where we had to launch the helicopter for an emergency. And I was the landing signal officer, the guy in the yellow vest that helps him take off. I didn't have time to think about what I was going through and what the fact that my entire life was about to come crashing down on me. I had a helicopter to launch. So now, that's not the same thing as a professional fighting, but I had a lot of pressure on me to do something thrown right at my face at that time. I still had to focus, prepare, and perform. He's a professional fighter. He still had to know how to focus, prepare, and perform. And
it might... Oh,
nope.
No, sorry, go. My apologies, go on, sorry.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah, let me go. So, not Kambosos, Teo looked over Kambosos. He came in with a game plan of, I'm going through all this with my life. And the odds were in Teo's favor. No one had Kambosos to win. So he came to the fight like, let me get this guy out of here. That's what happened. I'm dealing with a lot. Let me get this guy out of here and go back.
Not also that. He cut his nutritionist. He cut something else. And I think Kambosos had a very good... I think he's got good mental warfare, and that got into Lopez's head. I don't think it's got into Haney's head as bad as Lopez, but that emotional aspect of Lopez, I think the mental warfare even broke him down as well, where you think, game plan's out the window, I just want to knock your head straight off.
I think Lopez is a more emotional fighter, too. I think he rides a lot on his emotions on a daily basis. It's his passions that can work in his benefit. It can work against him if he doesn't know how to control them. It does not appear in that scenario he knew how to control it.
Real quick, Trap Media. Hold on, real quick. Trap Media is trying to get on the panel. He says he's got some smoke for somebody that he says was besmirching the United States. So if anybody's not going to talk, or they don't plan to, or haven't talked yet, and if you want to drop out, so we can continue the rotation here, feel free to do so. Okay. All right. But
I've actually had a great time, but I got to head out anyway, so I'll go ahead and drop off. BDA, thank you for having me. Guys, look forward to seeing a great fight and talking to you guys later. Have a good night and good weekend.
All right, Chief. Thanks again, man. Talk to you Sunday.
I want to say something.
His success is going to come from making this a brawl. And Haney is good at not making it a brawl. Even if Kambosos gets a good hit in, Haney's going to survive the round. So there's not much Kambosos can possibly do unless land a lucky punch and knock Haney out.
Well, so, I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt. Sorry about that. But I mean, last I remember, Linares did clip him a few good times, and then he struggled with that Brazilian-looking Dennis Rodman-looking guy. You guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah.
Wait,
this notion that Haney is like, really good. I just don't get it because he hasn't fought anyone. Like, who has he fought?
Okay, go back to Linares. Okay, go back to Linares. Well, he fought
terrible, bro.
Back-to-back former world champions. 3 back-to-back former world champions.
Name me him.
He fought Linares, bro. I just mentioned it.
Linares is 30. Diaz? How old? The late side of 30? Linares?
55.
Well, hold on. Can I just rewind here because... Well, first of all, let me read another super chat here. Michael Poe says, shout out to Michael Poe says, last one, Lopez will never get what he once had. He's mentally weak, showed after he lost. I don't think he could make a comeback at a bigger weight class. No, not at all. Well, Michael, we're going to see because apparently Lopez has a fight set up. So, Michael, thank you for your contribution. And we shall see. We shall see what's Lopez on the path to redemption in his next fight. We'll see what happens. Now, I wanted to say this because I remember when Lomachenko beat Linares, not only did he stop him, but he was outworking. He was one of the first guys that was actually beating him throughout the fight, except for that little snafu he had.
With one arm, I might add.
But hold on.
5 years ago.
But hold on. So he beat them. And I remember a lot of people I used to bring that win up. A lot of people would go, but Linares was stopped before. Who the fuck is now? All of a sudden, that Linares win is good. I'm not saying any of you said that, but let's just clear the table right now. Is the Linares fight a good win for both Haney and for Lomachenko?
No.
Depends on how much you rate.
Who's saying no?
For Debbie, no.
Hold on. Who's saying no?
I'm saying no.
Me.
I am your leader. No. It's terrible. Because Linares, Vasily Lomachenko gets a little credit because of the age. When that fight was like 5 years ago, correct?
Yeah, 2018, 4 years ago.
4 years ago, okay?
Yeah.
So, no, actually, they both don't get a lot of credit for that win. Linares was well past the hill over than when Lomachenko.
He was number one lightweight. What are you talking about? He was the number one, was he not? Number one, number two?
I don't give a shit. Who else was in the lightweight division at the time when he was fighting?
Well, he was the best one Lomachenko could have fought.
That division was terrible 5 years ago.
It's terrible now. Who's here? Haney, Tank Davis? They'll beat Prime.
All right, whatever, dude. I don't know.
No.
I don't believe in that, but I think the division's pretty competitive.
You think the lightweight division's better now? It's still terrible.
Who was around 5 years ago in the lightweight division, guy?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's terrible now still.
I don't know. I don't believe in that. And Linares is over the hill. Haney is yet to show anything that Kambosos showed against Theo. Like, what makes you think Haney is going to do anything?
That's the only fight you're mentioning.
That's the only fight
you're mentioning.
True.
That's the only fight you're mentioning. Kambosos versus Tio, which everyone is saying.
That's all I needed to see, bro. That's all I needed to see.
I actually agree with him. I think that's Kambosos' ceiling. I don't think it's enough for Haney.
Yeah, and no one said that was a good Tio. Everyone said that was a bad Tio. So if that's your number one option, you're done. Kambosos, you should.
Can I give you a retort? That was a bad tier, and I agree with you. But that bad tier still hurt Kambosos and almost finished him. Yeah, so how good is Kambosos really?
It's all hype right now. The win is based off of Tio beating Loma and Kambosos beating Tio. So
I don't think you understood what I said.
Same thing for Haney. You could say the same thing for Haney. I don't think you understood what I said.
No,
I don't think you understood what I said.
Can we agree it was a bad TO? He got to win up a bad TO versus a wash Linares. Can we all agree to that or no?
How can we say it was a bad TO? How can we say it was a bad TO? Here's my point.
Go ahead.
Because he was going through a divorce. I don't know. It just didn't seem he was there mentally.
What I'm also saying is a bad TO almost beat.
He got dropped. That first round, he looked pretty damn good until he got dropped.
He was over aggressive.
Bro, he was walking down like nothing. If he didn't get dropped, he might have stopped him. But he got dropped and he fucking ran.
So here's my point. How good is Kambosos then? He nearly lost to a wash TO.
I'm gonna get you the papers.
Nah, I wouldn't say that, man.
He was almost out, man. Like another shot landed. We were talking about Kambosos versus Haney.
That Tio still, in my opinion, still beats a wash Linares.
Hey, okay, so let me ask you this. We're talking, hold on, hey guys, we're talking about hypotheticals and all that. So let me ask you this: would the Lopez that beat Lomachenko have beaten Devin Haney?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Hey, let me answer it.
Hey,
let me get my answer.
You hear me?
He could crack. I'll tell you that.
Hold on a second. Who said can you hear me?
No, Corey said that. That's me.
Okay, go ahead, man. Yeah.
Wait. I want to say something before everybody start like going at it again.
Okay.
Bro, so listen, obviously, in my opinion, bro, the guy that's in here like saying like Haney hasn't shown anything and stuff like that, that's just basically like being biased as hell, bro. And like basically just liking a person. I think he just don't like Haney, and that's what it is. So I wouldn't sit there and argue with him. He's right to his own opinion, so you can't really say nothing to him. But we all know the truth. We all know Haney's good, and he has showed championship experience. So for you to sit here and say like he hasn't showed you anything after fighting these former champions, no matter what, these guys are still good competitors and they still put up fights against him. So you can't sit here and say like, oh, they're old and trash. I hate when people use that excuse. They're old and trash and shit like that. If they were trash, they wouldn't be able to last that long with these top talents. So don't sit here and just call them trash. Bro, like that shit's kind of like unfair to like take credit away from a person, bro. But I think that's
hold on, fellas, fellas. I think you were referring, Corey. I think you were referring to "I am your leader."
Yeah, because he.
Okay.
Let him respond?
Yeah, let him respond. Let him respond. Go ahead.
Okay, so Haney, like, I like fighters when they show that will and like that determination. That they get hurt and they fight back. Bro, Haney has not fought anyone on that level that's gonna take him there. Who has he fought that's taken him in those places? Linares got him once, dude. Hit him once. Jojo Diaz, kind of overweight, had a bigger gut, couldn't do shit. Like, he has not fought no one on the level here.
He's a featherweight. Jojo's a featherweight.
Let me say something, because this started to be real quick. Let me say something. So listen, you heard what you just said, right? You said, wait, repeat what you just said. You said Haney has not showed that will, right?
Who has Haney fought?
No, listen though. You said Haney has not showed that will to get hurt and survive. You can't take credit from a person because they're so dominant that they don't get hurt. You can't blame that on him. Not every
I blame him on his competition.
What?
The competition.
He's a dominant fighter. That's
Hey, hold on. One at a time. Let I am your leader. Let I am your leader reply. I am your leader.
It's just the competition. That's all I base it off of. He hasn't fought like anyone close to Teo. And look what Kambosos had to do to get through Teo. Teo was walking his ass down, and he still was smart enough to pop him in the first round and change the whole fight, bro. Like Kambosos, I gave him no chance, bro. And if I had money on this fight, like real money, I would actually put it on Haney. But it's Australia. They're not going to give him a decision. But Kambosos, if the fight was in America, I'd put it on Haney. I don't hate Haney. It's just he hasn't proven it. Like, Kambosos is the favorite. Straight up.
No, he's not. That's
hold on.
Go ahead, Corey.
Get in there. Get in there.
I understand what you're saying. You're basically saying since Kambosos fought Teofimo, that means that he has the better fight. Okay, yeah, cool. He fought the toughest competition in 135. The toughest competitor, I'll say. But for you to sit here and say that Haney has not shown will because he got hurt and stuff like that's kind of like
we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it, bro. We haven't seen it. He hasn't fought anyone. He hasn't fought anyone.
Shakur Stevenson.
Let me prove you. Yeah, Shakur Stevenson. That's like saying Shakur Stevenson hasn't been tested because he's so dominant. You can't blame a fighter for being dominant.
No. Valdez.
Hey, wait. Let me respond.
Haney has not fought anyone like Valdez. Haney has not fought anyone.
Okay, can I respond?
Don't even try to say that.
Can I respond to that?
Don't even try to say that.
Can I respond to that?
All right, boom wants to. Boom, hold on. Boom. Hey, fellas, hold on, please. Boom. Yeah, boom wants to add something. Boom wants to add something. And by the way, do me a favor before you go, everybody, please right click on my icon and raise my volume so you can hear me, all right? Because I'm gonna have to be interjecting here once in a while, and I want to make sure that everybody hears me, all right? So boom, please go ahead.
So I am leader is kind of talking nonsense because you can't name one of the fighters that Kambosos fought before he fought a bad Teo. So you're using Teo.
And though I don't need to see it. It's all about the eye test, bro. It's not Teo. He beat Teo. That's all I need to see.
Look at the eye test.
That's all I need to see.
Look at the eye test.
That bad Teo is still better competition than the other fighters.
Okay, let me finish. And now let me respond to that. Devin Haney. Hey, Lomachenko, I want to fight you. It didn't happen.
Hypothetical.
Teo, fight me. I want to fight Teo. Teo, set it up. Teo ran from Haney. So it's not.
That's not true.
It's not that he doesn't have the heart.
It's not true.
That's true, bro.
That's not true. He wanted to fight on the zone only.
Hey, yo, boom. This something that they're not understanding, boom. They don't understand that these guys are on different promotions. It's not easy to come to agreement.
I don't even want to hear that excuse.
Hey, yo,
that's an excuse.
So hold on, guys. So what's the excuse from Teo then?
That's an excuse from the Floyd.
Nobody
I don't want to hear that promotion.
Yo, Devin Haney just signed a 2-fight deal to fight Kambosos in a rematch because he knew he was going to win. They would not accept a deal like that on DAZN. I swear to God.
But hold on. Can I say something? Hold on. Hey, fellas. Hold on. To be fair, hey, hold on. To be fair, we've already gone through this. But look, Lomachenko, Haney and Kambosos were going back and forth on Twitter. Back and forth, back and forth. The negotiations were stalling. Loma came in. He said, whatever you're asking for, I'll take it. Give it, whatever, and I'll go. Two fights in Australia. Then Devin Haney came back. With the tweet saying, well, I'll take the same deal. That's why I said Devin Haney has to send a thank you card, a bouquet of flowers or chocolates, whatever, to Vladimir Putin, because if it wasn't for that little snafu war there in Russia, Ukraine, and Lomachenko's there, Haney probably wouldn't have taken the fight. So look, the fight's happening
should
now.
Kiss his feet.
That fight's happening.
When you say he wouldn't have taken the fight, are you
I'm not
saying
done. Excuse me, I'm not done yet. The fight's happening now. Let's focus on the now. Let's focus on the style matchups, because Del Boy brought up a good point in the chat. He goes, look, you guys are harping too much on the resume. Let's look at both guys' fights, their strengths, their weaknesses, and let's break it down that way.
Well, put it this way, I think Kambosos' chin is great. I generally feel like when Haney got hit by Linares, I think if that's Lopez that hit Haney, I don't think that would have been a KO.
Exactly, consider.
Yeah, even
Exactly, consider.
He would have got dropped.
Yeah. So Haney's not going to win by knockout. Well, no, but he could. I'm not saying he got unlikely, but hey, you never know. If the shot you don't see that can knock you out.
He won't.
Well, let me ask.
He's going to use technique and timing.
Yeah, that's why I brought up the jab. I think Haney's jab could be the difference in this fight. Because Kambosos, okay, again, when he fought, what's his name, Mickey Bay and Lee Selby, those guys were long, but they couldn't really land that jab that much, but they were landing it. And again, it's just sparring, but when he was sparring that African guy that just fought Ryan Garcia, what was his name again? Tomorrow. Anyway, I forget the guy's name.
Go.
They were sparring, and he was, again, I don't know which round they were at. I don't know if Kambosos had already sparred before or whatever, but he was getting hit with a lot of jabs. So I think that jab, fellas, if anybody wants to weigh in and they haven't done so already with the jab, what do you think about that Haney jab? Am I overrating it? Or?
It's all right. I mean, it's decent.
I think it's decent too. I think Haney's going to use the jab, but he does get over aggressive sometimes, and we have seen Kambosos drop Tio when he got over aggressive. So I think Kambosos will get a knockdown in the middle rounds.
Interesting.
Has Haney been knocked down yet in his career?
No, but we have seen Kambosos. I think Kambosos definitely has more power than Devin and has a better chin. So I think knockout by Devin is unlikely, and I think a knockdown by Kambosos is, I think, more likely to happen.
That's definitely going to test Haney's mental ability if he does get knocked down.
A better chin based on what though? He got dropped. Like what you mean a better chin? He got dropped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
bro. Did you see the shots that Lopez was doing? He stood up a lot.
He did get dropped, but he did survive the rounds, and he got hit by a lot of shots too.
You would have to find something where Haney then got dropped or something to be like, oh, that's a better chin.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really hard to like compare that, bro. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, not really. Like who do you think has more power?
Bro, obviously, we've seen who has more power because he got a knockdown and more knock. I mean, Haney has more KOs though.
We not gonna act like Linares ain't put Loma down.
That don't matter.
Yeah, but obviously, just because he doesn't look for he doesn't get knockouts. I guess that means Kambosos has more power. In y'all opinion, I don't know.
Well, can I say something?
He's more chinny. He's more chinny. That's why.
And leader, stop hyping up Tio like he did something. He beat an injured Loma. Loma was whooping his ass towards the end of the fight, and he didn't want the rematch. So stop hyping Tio up like that's some big ass win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, come on, bro. He's not unbeatable, bro. He's good as fuck, bro. He has really good ass skills, but y'all act like he just like the unbeatable god, bro. He fights emotional every fight, bro. The smartest fight I seen him fight in was the what's the name fight, the Loma fight.
I'm glad people are now. I'm glad people are now. I'm glad people are now. Jeez, Luis. I'm glad people are giving Lomachenko credit now for that injured arm. Before it was a lot of people were saying, "Nah, that's an excuse." But by the way, I just want to point something out here because you guys are going back and forth about the power. I think it's a difficult one to talk about based on their performances. On the one hand, Devin Haney does have more fights and more KOs, I believe, but a lot of his KOs came when he was fighting cab drivers, literal cab drivers in Mexico. On the other, hold on. On the other hand, Kambosos hasn't really. I mean, look, he fought Lee Selby, who was coming up in weight, Mickey Bay was, on the downslope was his career. And he did drop Mickey Bay, but I don't know. I didn't see that much urgency in either of those fights. Guys, what do you think? Who, at the end of the day, based on what I just said, who do you think has the better punching power?
Wait,
So I think
let me just say one thing. Before, when I tried to join the show, Jimmy and me joined your show, but we was the only two people in. Eventually, I joined, and Jimmy said to me that to tell you to tell him or text him whatever to say.
I got on, Ken.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry.
I got on, brother. Yep, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, BDA, can I respond to your question?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the power's comparable. I think just Haney's more chinnier because he's like 165 and he cuts down all that weight. So, and we've seen him hurt multiple times. So, I think that's you're looking at it the wrong way. I think it's who has a better chin rather than who has more power.
Well, you brought up the fact that he's. Oh, go ahead. I counter myself. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he got rocked by that guy that looked like Dennis Rodman. Like, we don't even know who the fuck that guy was. Honestly.
You're talking about Alfredo Santiago.
I don't know. Well, yeah, that dude. He didn't get, he got clipped, but it's like, wouldn't even know that dude.
Well, I mean, he's one of those guys that's awkward. You probably, I think he lost his next fight. Sorry, no, I'm checking it out. I think he lost his fight afterwards. But to be fair, he's one of those tall, awkward dudes that you might not hear from him again. But he was awkward when he fought Haney. And Haney beat him. I don't think there's any question that he deserved the decision. So that was a tough test. I think that that guy would have been a test for anybody. Now, what about that? Godspeed, Apology Man brought up the fact that Haney seems to be having a little bit of trouble making the weight. He's a very big dude. He's already ripped, so I don't know what he's going to lose to make the weight. What do you think? Could that play a factor late in the fight?
Yeah, I think so. So I think it can be a similar play when Josh Taylor, in my opinion, lost to Jack Catterall. I think Devin Haney might look slow, similar to Josh Taylor.
All right.
BDA, can I ask you a question slightly off topic?
Yeah, all right.
Are you allowed to drain your blood? Because that could be an option for Devin Haney. I'm being serious.
That's a good question, Jimmy. What do you? I think Jimmy could be asked. Are you allowed to drain your blood to make weight?
Because in MMA they do that in offshoot competitions, in offshoot promotions. In MMA, I've heard they've done that.
Wow. Well, what they do is when they drain their blood, they don't tell you what they do is they're putting in frozen blood back in. Because when you drain your blood, if you ever have the time, if you're ever going to do an endurance thing, it's awesome. You take out a couple of 3 pints of blood, throw it in the freezer, freeze it, and then thaw it out and pump it back in you. Because when you freeze it, it swells your fucking red blood cells up crazy, 3 times the normal size, which then in turn carries more oxygen. Blood doping, it's wicked illegal in every sport.
Yeah. No, Jimmy, I was talking specifically about making weight, not necessarily blood doping. Taking blood out to make yourself lighter.
I wouldn't put it past some crazy bastard, but think about if you actually weighed it. What's a gallon of blood weigh? Well, you know what I mean. Well, even if you took out a half a gallon, you're risking dying. You know what I mean? Well, no, but you have to still put it back in. But I know it's against the law to use any intravenous. And they claim it you can't stick yourself in anything. That's how they cover blood doping too. You can't use any intravenous, whether putting blood back in or out without a doctor's note and from the commission. So.
Well, the reason I brought it up, I just heard in offshoot MMA promotions, people have done it before to make weight. So I just
sounds reasonable. I bet you they have.
Hey, okay. Shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution with the super chat. He says, "I seldom speak to my brother, but if I'm going to have somebody like a Scott Hall and yourself, would you want it, aka Razor Ramon? Need to tell you some of the things I heard about in the sport of boxing." All right, Michael Poe telling us he's got some sort of a Razor Ramon type character out there that wants to get into the nitty gritty of boxing, of the business aspect of it. So, hey, Michael, if you're so inclined, give him a call. Let him know that we're always open here at BDA Boxing. Shout out to Michael Pover's contribution. All right, getting back to this fight here, the Devin Haney Kambosos fight. Well, we got Rick Fox. He wanted to drop by. Rick Fox, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, you want to say something about this fight?
Yeah, I think you guys have too much faith in George Kambosos. I think you guys are just buying into the hype, honestly.
Well, who are you referring to, first of all?
Wait, who
George
said that? Wait, who
Kambosos.
said that?
No,
Who said
but
that?
who's like, yeah,
Rick
you
Fox.
Wait, who?
No,
Because I was listening in and I heard someone say that
Wait,
George
Red Fox,
Kambosos
you
is
said
gonna
that?
drop.
all right,
Can you
Corey,
hear
Corey,
me?
let him talk, Corey. Come on. Rick Fox, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard someone say that George Kambosos is more likely to drop Devin Haney than Devin Haney is to drop him.
Who said that,
And
by
I
the
think
way?
that I was just listening in and someone said that.
The best you said that?
Yeah.
And I don't think you guys seen how Mickey Bay was catching George Kambosos with the left hook and the right hook all night. He's like prone to that.
How many times did George Kambosos go down against Hayden Bay?
Huh? Can you say that one more time?
How many times did Kambosos go down when Thingy caught him?
Mickey Bay has no power. He was over the hill.
Yeah.
So he had no power and he was over the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what,
He
man?
hasn't fought since.
You know what? That's the thing I'm getting here. A lot of people are, when they're picking the fight, instead of actually looking at the fight, I'm not saying this disparagingly or anything, but, you know, we're analyzing the wins instead of analyzing the actual fight itself, the styles matchup. I think that just limiting ourselves to the resume, I think that's a bad way to go about picking a fight.
No, I'm not going off the resume. I'm going off what happened in the fight. Like, Devin Haney was catching Linares, countering him all night, all the way up until the 10th. Devin Haney was hitting him with left hooks to the body. He was hurting him a lot if you guys saw that fight. And the way Kambosos fights, he drops his head down to the right when you throw a punch, and Devin Haney has a real good left hook, a real good check left hook too.
Yeah, he's got a good check left hook too. Hold on a second. Who just joined? Hey, by the way, if you're not gonna talk, if anybody's here, I gotta open up the spots here for everybody. So if you're not gonna talk, might as well jump off, and so we can rotate, as Bucho likes to call it, rotate. All right. So if you're not gonna talk, I'm gonna have to kick you out. Go ahead, Kinshiro.
All I like to say, I mean, well, if as a boxer, if I was like a boxer and whatever, I'd rather get hit by Haney than Lopez. So, and if Kambosos took lots of Lopez's shots, whether they're emotional and all over the place and no technique on the night, I'd still rather take Haney's than Lopez's in terms of power-wise.
No, I'd say the opposite.
Devin Haney is gonna hit you all night. Teofimo he doesn't throw a jab. Devin Haney throws jabs and sharp rights and straights and all that. Lopez just throws looping left hooks and like wild punches.
Well, he's gonna hit you less, but he's gonna hurt you more.
He ain't got no power though.
Yeah, but it's more embarrassing to get punched in the face all night and not be able to hit someone than getting hit by a puncher and like one punch could change the fight.
Well, the thing is, Lopez is gonna hit you less, but he's gonna hurt you more
and knock you out.
Power doesn't win you fights.
Exactly, skills pay the bills.
I never said that.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say. Valdez has way more power than Shakur Stevenson. He still got whooped all night.
Yeah,
and that was way more embarrassing. That was like a shutout.
And like that Wilder versus Fury.
Hey, yo, Rick, see, they still hyped up in this power shit, bro. They don't even realize the skill pay the bills, bro. It's all about power.
Exactly. Hey, look, if it was that easy,
I keep hearing this skill pay the bills nonsense.
Hey, look,
Rigo. What about Rigo?
All right, check this out.
Can Jimmy talk? I want to hear Jimmy's.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Thing, please.
What's up,
Jimmy?
brother?
There. I want to hear
man.
your. Listen, man. Yeah, no, appreciate it. Thanks. I want to hear your prediction, man, because I want to hear your knowledge on this on this fight, please.
Well, there's a couple of things that have come to recently come up. What I just found out about. I guess the old man did is now allowed to come to the country. I guess he flew out last night, supposedly, so he will be there in the Sun's corner. Whether that's a rumor, I don't know. Maybe you guys can confirm that.
I think it's been confirmed.
He's got the views on the last knocking. He's on his way now.
It's confirmed.
Okay.
He's not.
All right. So
well, let me say something about that.
All right.
I just want to say real quick before Jimmy continue. That was the plan from the beginning. They didn't want him to fly out there early. They have that law where, if you had a conviction. So they let him fly out the night before the fight, and then after the fight, he goes home. So that was the plan from the beginning. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Interesting.
Okay, cool. Now, was that the government? I wonder, so that was the government's plan, or was that their plan to use it as like a mind game on Kambosos, I wonder? But anyways, I can't stress enough, this way, if this fight was in Vegas, would have a completely different feel to it to me. Being in Kambosos' hometown, you can't like Steve said something the other night was so on money. He said the old wise tale is when a guy becomes a champion, he becomes 40% or 30% better than he was before he won. Like, the confidence is a huge thing in the fight game. A home crowd of people saying 60,000 people in your corner. The problem is now he could get over excited to try to search for the knockout, because he's going to want, to really get that crowd. And that's his thing. I'm a fucking bread and butter guy. I stand there in the fucking pocket and let's go. We know that's not Haney's style. Haney's a better boxer, got naturally better skills, straighter punches. It's going to come down to, can he withstand the barrage of in the later rounds if he's not able to take Kambosos out, because Kambosos is going to be all jacked up and moving forward. And the thing is, he did, like somebody mentioned Lomachenko and him getting fucking the kid fighting what's a Christ, I'm having a brain fart. Haney. They both got dropped by Linares. Yes, this is true.
Well,
but Lomachenko was a flash knockdown, whereas Haney was residual. That motherfucker carried that shit into the next round. He was still really buzzed. Doesn't mean he got fucking, but that's also a plus, because he showed the fucking skills ability to hang in there and fight. So, this is really a close fight. I don't think it's going to be a whitewash on either direction. I think it's going to be a combination of the better skilled fighter fighting in a hostile place for the first time, and it's going to be a lot of emotions. Can Haney withstand the emotional pull, which I think is going to have the biggest effect? So,
I think he can.
That's kind of where I'm at now with this. But I don't want to tie this up too long.
I think he can. You guys are seeming to forget that Devin Haney came up as a little kid in Mexico fighting in hostile territory, where the Mexican fighters, you guys know how hard they go for their fighters. And especially fighting in Mexico and being that young, that's probably more pressure right there.
But, bro, that's different with 27 people at the Elks than having 60,000 people screaming at you in Australia. You know what I mean?
Moses hasn't fallen for either, bro. So it ain't like he about to go in there.
But that's his. That's what I said. He could get overexcited. That's his people, though.
He's already showing that he has that Tio effect, that those belts are getting to his head. It's seeming like he's in a movie and he's trying to convince himself that he's actually that guy.
They can become overconfident.
Well, you know what? I mentioned this on the last.
What's up, PDA?
I mentioned this on the Tuesday show. How, like what you're saying, sometimes people overrate fighting at home. They think, oh, it's going to be an advantage because you get the home crowd. But think about it. You also have to do appearances. You got to go to radio shows, TV shows. You got to deal with your fans and your family asking for tickets. They're always hounding people, free tickets. So it could potentially be a more of a problem than an advantage.
Yeah, well, I've got a quick question. Now, a quick question. Now,
on confidence.
Well, I've got a quick question. Now, I know Haney has to.
Let me go right quick.
Okay, go on. Go. You go quick, my friend.
You say something about confidence. Haney has the most confidence. Haney was trying to fight Tio. He said, I can beat Tio. Haney was trying to fight Loma. He said, I can beat Loma.
Yup,
and
to his
now
face.
I'm fighting Kambosos.
Christ.
Yeah, Boom Boom. Why do you keep Boom Boom? You keep bringing that up, and we've already gone ad nauseum over that. So okay, but hold on.
No one
if
cares.
you wanna listen, Boom Boom. You can't change reality. You wanna keep going down that route, fine, but it has no real bearing. I mean, anybody. Hey, I can make up a fact and say, well, Kambosos already beat.
Turn that shit down the background.
Michael Poe, you gotta. Hold on a second.
Can I just ask one question?
I had to kick Michael Poe for that, man.
Is what I was saying.
Was that?
They finish.
It's only speaking on the confidence.
Okay, well, but the confidence. But that's the thing, though. It can go both ways. If you're fighting at home, it can be a whole more trouble than it actually weighs. Michael Poe.
I think it's going to be more trouble than good.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Sorry.
Let me ask one quick question.
Hold on, please. I gotta mute Michael Poe. Michael, I can hear the show in the background. You gotta mute your speakers. You gotta put your earphones on. All right, Michael. I don't know if you can hear me, but you gotta mute your speakers and your computer, whatever it is that you got.
Yeah. Can I ask one question?
Mike Poe, you gotta mute your mic, please.
It's all right.
Can't you just mute
There
him?
we go. There we go. No, he's good. He's good. All right, somebody go. Somebody go.
Yeah, let me ask one.
I had a question for Jimmy.
Let me ask one quick question. So I'm right in thinking Devin Haney has to
Never
win
did.
twice to win the titles overall, correct?
That's right.
Say that one more time.
Right. And George has to only win once, and then that's it. What happens if it's a draw? What happens then?
Running back.
Is he obligated to?
Yeah, contractually.
It depends how close. It depends how close the fight is, and if it was a robbery or whatever. You know, those things happen. You can't just. You got to throw in those variables too.
Haney signed a 2-fight top rank deal, so it shouldn't be no problem to make that rematch if that happens. But I doubt it.
Okay.
Yeah, because
that shit's getting run back regardless.
Yeah, because
that's-
if Kambosos didn't fight Haney or Lomachenko, he wasn't gonna get a fight anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like
That's
he
not a-
had to take. See, this is what a lot of people not realizing either. He took sacrifices to go to another promotion as
Yup.
well.
He believed in
And
himself.
they're not seeing that, bro. I'm
Michael-
telling you, bro. They would not have to took that same deal on the zone, bro. I know it.
Michael, I think we can hear you now. Michael, go ahead, man. Mike Poe.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Next time,
cool.
next time you come in, turn your speakers off and don't come in talking because we can hear you.
I apologize.
He means your microphone.
No, the TV was on. I never do that because I always call in. Discord. This is my first time.
All right, well, you're in now.
Oh, thank you, man. No, it's just wanted to call in, but I see you guys don't do that on Fridays, man. And I miss your shows. I'm sorry, I've been falling asleep, but it's a 50 for me, man. I don't know. Haney got to really, if he gets hit, I don't know. The guy's got a lot of grit, Kambosos, and that was it. That's my prediction, and I wasn't joking. I thought you knew that. No, my brother worked at WWE. I was serious. I could get people on.
Well, I don't know much about. I don't know much about the WWE, so I mean, I guess.
No, it's not the point. It's how I learned secrets about boxing.
Oh, I got you. Well, I hear there's a lot of I hear there's the only thing I know is that there's a lot of homo stuff going on behind the scenes over there.
No, there's a lot of drugs. That's why Fury is not good to go over.
All right, now going back to the Kambosos Haney thing. I gotta ask you, fellas, and I gotta drop out for a couple of minutes so you guys take over. Try not to speak over each other. Who do you think has the best stamina between those two guys?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Bro, it's really hard.
Who has the best stamina?
Who's playing it safe? We shouldn't even debate that, bro. We can't.
I think that's a draw.
Yeah, you can't debate that.
I would actually say Kambosos. Because Kambosos is throwing a bunch of power punches. He brawls. He can brawl for 12 rounds with Leo. Where Haney is more, pacing and doing a lot of skillful stuff.
But I seen Haney in brawls a couple times, and he showed he has a good condition in the finish out too. So I'm not going to debate that, bro.
The whole Linares fight up until the 10th.
I think, he still had good condition. He was just hurt, bro. It happens. It's boxing. You act like a person never going to get hurt, bro.
The only thing I object to that is Haney tends to fade in the later rounds. I've seen that multiple occasions.
Yeah, versus Diaz.
Yeah, I mean,
he's strong. He's strong in the pool.
Yeah, no, that's true. He does fade a little bit, but he still has.
He faded pretty hard.
No,
I wouldn't say fade. I would say he settles in more.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Most of the time he has a lot of rounds in the bank, so he's like settling down.
Yeah.
So we all agree that Devin Haney is the more skilled fighter, right?
Of course, without a doubt.
And he's also the bigger. He's also the bigger
skill. I hope you mean technique.
So similar. I know it's a different fight, but similar to Bivol and Canelo.
I think it's gonna be just like that. Honestly.
Yeah.
And let me say this about his power. People keep saying he pillow fisted. No one walks down Haney. He has respectable power. I'm not saying he has knockout power, even though he has 15 knockouts. He has respectable power, and that doesn't mean pillow fisted.
He has enough power to keep him honest.
That's
Linares has more grit,
gentlemen.
Linares had more knockouts than Haney had fights.
Yeah.
And Linares did not go after him because Haney still had respectable power.
Yep, and all those body shots and all the counters and everything had him guessing.
Beautiful body shots, bro.
But I do have one question. I mean, I know. I said I guess I'm rooting for Kambosos, but that's here, neither here or there. Why do people say Kambosos is stronger if Haney has more knockouts than Kambosos? I don't get that.
Against who though?
Recency bias.
You could have a lot of knockouts against nobodies. It's possible.
Oh, okay.
Well, look how
I'm not saying everybody he knocked out is nobodies. I'm just saying, bro. Like, who he has he knocked out super top talents?
No.
Well,
look how Teofimo fought Kambosos.
Like, bro,
walk down with
I got a question for you guys. What I really want to know is that do you guys think Kambosos has more power than Diaz and Linares?
Not more than Linares.
No.
Linares throws straighter, harder punches.
Like, come on, he dropped Loma, bro. That's really hard to do, bro.
He dropped Loma with the same shot he hit Haney with, and Haney
That's
didn't
what
go
I'm
down.
saying.
He just got wobbled.
That was a flash knockdown. That was a complete flash knockdown. He got up smiling. It was nothing. There was no.
But some boxers have better poker faces.
Yeah,
but the thing about poker, as far as you can't hide it in their eyes. There was no glaze. There was no slow reaction. He got up, looked right away at his father, knew his father probably locked him in a box for 3 days for getting lazy and doing what he did. That was completely off balance. He was not hurt in the same.
That was not off balance. He was coming forward. He was coming forward and got hit with a right.
Credit from him, bro. Don't do that, bro.
He was coming forward and got hit with a right. That was not off balance.
He took a good recovery.
Got right up and showed no residual effects. That's
bro.
facts.
That doesn't mean nothing, but that don't mean he didn't get.
Hey, Corey, let's
look at the difference. Linares didn't get. I know this dude just fucking gonna be heard. I mean, Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, hold on.
Jimmy, can you hear me?
Mike, I just got back. I don't know what's going on. Jimmy, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Let me ask this.
Well,
how many knockout of the year candidates?
Rick. Mike wanted to say something. Mike, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay, man. I'm not. I was trying to.
Yeah. All right. Rick, go ahead. Rick, hold on. All right, Rick, go ahead.
Check this out.
Oh my God.
How many knockout of the year candidates does George Kambosos have?
It doesn't matter, man. Nobody's knocking each other out. What's gonna happen?
Devin Haney is more likely to knock out George Kambosos than George Kambosos is to knock him out.
Nobody's knocking each other out, man. Nobody's knocking each other out, dude. To begin, nobody's fucking nobody's knocking each other out.
All right, look. Did you see? Did you not see George Kambosos get gassed by like the 8th round? But Teofimo Lopez was more gassed than him because he was throwing power punches 8 rounds straight.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's knocking each other out. If
Devin Haney's fresh and George Kambosos is getting tired because he likes to throw a lot of. He has a high output. He's gonna get gassed before Devin Haney.
Yeah,
Devin Haney throws shit.
Haney gassed against Diaz.
You said what?
Exactly.
Yeah, Haney gassed against Diaz. I mean, you forgot. I didn't.
He was on his ass.
No.
The thing is, if Haney doesn't control the center of the ring and he takes like big circles while George Kambosos presses, they're gonna give it a fucking Kambosos. You gotta circle the center of the ring and fight. And I'm not saying that he can't do it. He can. But if he starts going back like fucking Jose Luis Ramirez was pushing fucking Pernod Whitaker in France, dude, they're not gonna give it to him. He's got to fucking box small circles and box his fucking pants off like Aram said, but not go towards like the ropes. Because it's going to give the illusion that the boxer is losing against the fighter. Because we know that Devin Haney is a better boxer. But Kambosos will fucking fight. He'll get in there and you might outland them, but they're going to say, okay, that the guy that landed 2 to your 3 or 4, his 2 were fucking harder because of the crowd, and they're going to give it to that guy, which is fucking Kambosos.
True, Gonzalo.
All right, look. You said Devin Haney is a boxer.
Thank you.
You said Devin Haney is a boxer. Why does he have to fight in George Kambosos' style to win?
BDA,
he don't have to box his style.
That's what you just said.
No. You don't have. No. If you want to box
Jimmy, everybody, thanks anyway. I gotta go.
Let me. Okay, Michael. If you box better than me, and I have no choice but to really get in fucking there because I'm gonna lose the boxing battle. I'm gonna go in there and fucking swing away and try to like beat you down by applying more pressure than actually going tit for tat with skill wise because I can't beat you like that.
He's got to get past Haney's jab first.
Oh, you're not gonna be jabbing like all the fucking time. Whether you break your stance because you're pulling your hand back, or you're fucking taking the punch, you can collapse the fucking pocket. It's not like this fucking like permanent
When has
thing that you can't.
Kambosos ever shown to be a master pressure fighter?
I don't know.
Well,
Where is
what
this
I'm
coming
saying,
from? Is
what I'm
this like
saying,
what
and no,
you hope happens, or you think is
no,
gonna?
Tiafimo had no jab. That's why he got beat up, and he had no game
Let me
plan.
ask this. Is that what Gonzalo said, that he has to be the ultimate pressure fighter?
Yes, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
Didn't he basically say that that's what he needs to do?
I'm asking you, what did he say? What did he say? Hold on. I want to get clarification. What did Gonzalo say exactly?
Gonzalo's saying that he doesn't. He's saying that Gonzalo's saying he can't just try to circle around. He's got to hold the
Why
ring.
not?
Meaning, if it looks, let me finish. Because judges judging a fight, it's called ring generalship. And if he looks like he's the aggressor, remember, because humans, judge a human, every fucking punch that Kambosos even comes close to landing, the crowd's gonna and it affects judges. We've seen that happen over. Let me know. I will listen after I'm done. Christ. You know what? Yeah, no, finish. I mean, it's important. You get out what you got to get.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You jump in there.
I wasn't trying to interrupt. I wasn't trying to interrupt. I thought you were coming to an end. But
So he just what Gonzalo's is saying. He can't get stuck in the trap saying like, oh, I could just spin out to the left, pop, 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 zap jabs in his face all night and spin out, because you don't want to do that. Because first off, you're just not going to win a fight that way. He's going to have to try to engage, and that's all Gonzalo's saying. Jimmy. Yeah,
Haney can box circles, but he's got to keep it in the center. If he like,
center, exactly.
If he's stepping like way back and fucking, he's like all over the ring, like fucking.
Like he's being pushed.
Like Rigandao. If he's like on Rigandao, like or Lara, like on that bicycle, even though he might be outboxing by points. It's gonna look like he's giving away the fight because he's not holding the center of the ring. Now, if he doesn't do that, it's gonna be they're gonna go against him. I think.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You know what? That's what I heard from Gonzalo. Okay. And people immediately think that when you talk about. All right, Michael, you're still on, man. No, I'm gonna have to kick him out, man.
So they're gonna rob him unless they fight how they want him to fight.
That's not what he said. What he's saying is when you say fight on the center of a ring, you're thinking, for some reason in your head, you're thinking he's got to slug it out. That's not what Gonzalo's saying. He's saying if you move backward too much, you're giving the other guy the momentum. B, a lot of these judges, whether we like it or not, they judge a lot. Oftentimes they give the benefit of the doubt to the guy that's coming forward. But that's the other thing, though. I've never seen Devin Haney move around too much. Like, in other words, his back doesn't tend to touch the ropes that much. Even when Linares was trying to put it on him in the later rounds, I didn't really see. Well, he was clinching a lot, so maybe that's why he didn't hit the ropes.
Oh yeah,
it was really only in the Jojo Diaz fight, late in the fight, and maybe in a couple of the middle rounds, that his back touched ropes. But that, I think Gonzalo's onto something. He needs to keep that jab, snapping that jab, and taking small steps around Kambosos and not necessarily moving too much so that he ends up on the ropes, because that's when the judges look and they go, oh, well, this guy's getting backed up, so let's give the other guy points. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Is it Haney a forward fighter, or is more of a Mayweather, or is he his own unique type
He can
of
do both.
movement?
I think he's both, yeah.
All right, but look, let me add this. If Kambosos can't hit Haney and he's going back, then what then?
Yeah, that's a good question. What happens if Kambosos starts getting backed up? I mean, we saw he was able to catch Lopez when Lopez was trying to back him up. So.
No, look, because Shakur did that to Valdez. He was going back, but he was whipping him all night. Jabs, right hands all night. He's going back, still being effective.
He did walk Valdez down at times.
I thought you said that. I thought you asked what happens if Haney backs Kambosos up.
Yeah, if Haney no, I said if Haney goes back, but Kambosos can't hit him.
I don't know. I honestly think it's going to be speed, volume, and pressure versus timing and technique.
Listen, the chat's requesting Black Chibi immediately. I got to ask the chat for Black Chibi.
Listen, if I think if you're moving back but still hitting people like Pernell Whitaker, that's type of thing. That's you're getting the point. I think if you're just running away, and like dodging completely in one hit and move around, that's what judges don't like. I mean, nobody wants to bloody pay you money to see that.
I've never seen Devin Haney do that.
Oh no, I'm not saying he does it, but I'm saying that type of fight. I'm saying though.
Or here's another one. What if he starts tying up excessively? That's not going to bode well for him either.
Hey, why is Haney not? Why does? Hold on for a minute, Rick Fox. Why is Haney knocking out tomato cans in Mexico? How could that possibly be relevant?
Because he was like 16, 17.
You had a quick answer.
You forgot he came pro early, bro.
Man, I saw the video. I saw the video.
Get a pro license.
I saw the video of one of the guys he was fighting. They were fighting in what looked to be a hot wings restaurant over in Mexico, and he was fighting a guy who was 5'3". I thought it was the new Lord of the Rings movie. And it was just off of a look. Listen, that's the type
BDS
of
next door neighbor.
One fight.
Come on. No, wait a minute. I'm not gonna take
Is
it.
Mexico not hostile?
It looked like a
But that's the thing. And that's the thing, though. So I think going back, what?
That's not what matters. What matters is what's gonna happen tomorrow, bro. It ain't about who they saw in the past, bro.
But that's what I'm trying to get at. But that's what I'm trying to get at. Hey, listen, that's what I'm trying to get at. But you guys kept talking about the resume, so I brought up the resume. Now all of a sudden it doesn't matter. So let's stick to the fight itself then.
Question. The referee is the referee allowed to he doesn't like huggers.
What about Kinshiro? What about the ref?
Right, like for example when Ricky Hatton fought Floyd Mayweather, that referee did not like Ricky's style and kept breaking fights up when Ricky tried getting close. Does this referee doesn't mind a bit of hugging, or does he's going to say no, break it off so Haney can't do certain things type thing?
Well, apparently, I don't know. Apparently, I heard the
ref. Hey, before you move on.
I'm not moving on. I'm talking about the. I'm answering his. Hold on. I'm answering his question. I'm not moving on. I'm answering his question about the referee. All right. Apparently, the referee said in regards to Rigondo Casimero, he said he doesn't. He couldn't give points to a guy that's not trying to make the fight. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing here. That's what I heard. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that could play a factor in this fight if it gets to that point, or?
Man, Devin Haney has never fought like Rigondeaux.
Yeah, can I jump in on the whole ref and judging thing? If that's all right.
Del Boy, what's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I get people are saying that Devin Haney's traveling abroad.
Del Boy.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I get that people are saying, it's uncomfortable for Devin Haney traveling abroad, hostile territory, all that shit. Cool. On the surface, that is true, but who is financing this fight? Who has signed to Top Rank on a free fight deal with the option of a fourth? It's Devin Haney.
The Australian government is financing the fight.
Bob Arum said he has personally vetted the judges. Top Rank have. So the whole narrative that Devin's going to get robbed, I can't see it. I really can't see it.
Yeah.
Who's got the higher upside? Who's got the higher upside here? In America,
they want Haney to fight
Devin Haney.
Exactly, bro. Like if Devin Haney wins and he's got multiple fights with Top Rank, there's Teofimo Lopez. There's a huge fight with Shakur Stevenson. These are big fights. He's not going to get robbed. I'm telling you now.
I think Shakur going to unify first before anything, though.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah,
of course.
And even stylistically, I don't think George can win this fight. I think it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I don't think Devin Haney is going to fight like he fought against Linares, because the only reason he fought like that against Linares was in the build-up. They were saying, "Oh, Devin Haney's going to run. Devin Haney's going to do this. Devin Haney, he's not going to sit there and fight." And he sat there in the pocket all the way up until the 10th round when he got caught by a lucky shot when the bell was ringing.
Well, hold on. That's not quite correct. That's not quite.
Narrative. Calm down.
Hold on. That's not quite correct.
That's the truth.
Hold on, fellas.
It's not a narrative.
Hello. Hey, that's not quite correct, man. He didn't fight in the pocket all the way into the fight. He started putting pressure. He started putting pressure later on in the fight, and that's when he got caught. But he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't putting. He wasn't putting.
Is that considered right now?
He was fighting in the inside, countering him to the body.
No, he wasn't.
The first 5 rounds, all body countering.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah,
Go watch the highlights right now.
What's the? Hold on. Can I say something? Can I say something? Hey, fellas. Go watch the highlights. I watched the fight 3 times. I didn't need to watch the highlights. I watched the fight 3 times.
The highlights is not the full fight.
Yeah, the highlights is not the full fight, man. Come on now.
That's embarrassing that
you you would agree he was more aggressive in that fight than he usually is. Right?
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. But then I had to correct that little factoid there. But yeah, the problem that Devin Haney made in that Linares fight was he fell into that whole thing of, well, Linares has been stopped before. I think he felt a little bit of a responsibility to stop him as well. That's why he started putting pressure later on in the fight, and that's when he got caught. So when it comes to a guy like Haney, I don't blame him for fighting the way he's fight, because at this point it's quite clear that when he tries to put the pressure on, he gets into a little bit of trouble. So I don't. He's the type of guy that.
Oh, this Kambosos.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, but that's what
You
I'm
can't
saying.
say
Like,
that.
you're missing my.
Damned if you
Listen,
do, damned
I
if
don't
you
understand
don't.
why. I
He's
don't understand
autistic.
why every time I bring up something about Devin Haney, you guys get all defensive about it. I'm telling you that he's gonna win the fight. What I'm saying is he needs to fight his fight. He can't do what he did against Linares, which is to.
Exactly.
I want to show the people that I have to put this show on. Okay, then we agree then.
That's
Yeah, but
exactly
got
what I
Cowboys.
said.
And it wasn't a
He
lot.
just
thing
needs
that
to
shit,
realize that people are not gonna like you anyways, whether
yeah,
you come forward and try to be
people say
exciting
it was
or
a
you fight your
Bro, they're
regular
gonna
style.
find a way to discredit no matter what, bro. It's cool though,
Yeah.
bro. Tune in tomorrow night, bro. Y'all gonna see what's gonna happen,
But
bro.
wait. Who's
man,
trying to?
you're
Hold on. Who's
spinning a narrative against
Wait,
combat.
wait. I gotta call you guys out on this because you're playing victim here. Most people here are picking Haney, and you guys still keep going on about how you don't want to give him credit, blah blah blah. Who's not giving him credit?
BDA,
Well,
you
just
just
because
literally
you
said
guys
how
don't
Haney
win.
Hold on, Jimmy.
And
I
then
want to
they
hear
turn
the
around-
Jimmy. I want to hear the
The
answer.
narrative that keeps spinning. It's crazy.
I want to hear the answer.
hold on,
Hold on.
BDA. Earlier you asked, did the Linares win count? And then you say, oh, if he try to go out his comfort zone, he gets in trouble. That just showed Linares was still a dangerous fighter, and she get credit for that fight. It wasn't the fact that he stepped outside. It was the fact that Linares is still a dangerous fighter.
Yeah, and that's why I asked the question, how much, because some people were saying, Mickey Bay, he's past it. So I said, well, how about Linares? He was past it. How much credit do we give? I was asking a question.
Do you guys think if Haney wins that he'd just vacate the titles and go to 140?
No.
No.
I think
Loma.
I don't know if it's hard for him. I don't know if it's hard for him to make the weight. That's what I'm asking you, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Okay.
nah.
Hey, but hold on. I didn't get a question to. I didn't get an answer to my question. Why? What is this thing here that what I'm hearing from people that's saying that nobody wants to give Haney credit?
You know who?
Bro, because listen,
because
listen, you just had
when he was fighting the way he was before Linares, people were saying he's a boring fighter.
Yeah.
So he tries. I don't know why
He
he listens
is.
to these people.
It's because he was.
He started listening to these
Let's
people.
not
He tried
pretend
to
he
fight
wasn't.
their
He
style.
was.
Hold on, one at a time. I can't hear everybody
Okay,
at the
let me
same time.
finish. So he tried to change that up in the Linares fight and try to placate to these people, and it got him caught. So my thing is, forget what the people are saying and fight your style.
Yeah.
He did the same thing.
All I'm saying is, bro, y'all
Joe
not gonna.
Diaz was entertaining.
Yeah, y'all not gonna see fights where people just look for knockouts and brawl all day, bro. Like that's not just one fighting style, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
But can we agree though? Can we agree
What
though that
Shakar did to Valdez was entertaining.
Can we agree though? Can we agree that there's ways of?
was entertaining to me.
Can we agree that there's ways of fighting smart, but at the same time trying to stop a guy? Case in point, Lomachenko.
Yeah.
He's not moving around the
Triple
ring.
G.
He's staying in
Triple
front of a
G.
guy.
Oh,
He's staying in
man.
front of a guy
Triple
trying to break
G,
him down.
Usyk.
Yeah,
Triple G, Usyk, in a way.
But just because you don't want to brawl with me doesn't mean still that I can make it into a brawl. Because even if you want to fucking box with me and I'm pushing you back and throwing a lot of punches like Orlando Solito, guess what? All of a sudden your skill there's not that much of a gap between your skill and my fucking toughness, because it comes down to fucking stamina. And you might be throwing more punches than me, but I'm kind of like just pushing. And when you stop throwing, I'm gonna throw, or I'm gonna take two to land yours, and then all of a sudden I can put you in trouble. Even for like the skillful dude, it doesn't mean because you're that skillful that you're still not gonna be in a fight if I fucking want to make it like that. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, I need to read a couple of super chats here. Shout out to Winning Football for his contribution to the super chat. He says, "No kidding, I had a dream that Cambo knocks out Haney." Oh, people are having dreams now. Shout out to Winning Football for his contribution. Shout out to Winning Football again for another super chat. He says, "Man, get these LDBC fanboys out. They suck." Well, I don't think there's any LDBC fanboys here winning football. Well, maybe Rare Breed. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Shout out to Winning Football. By the way, hold on. I'm not, sorry. There's still other super chats here. Hold on a second. Shout out to hold on. I have to rewind. Shout out to Mike T for his contribution to super chat. He says Haney's nose versus Ellerby's nose match of the century. Well, now that'd be a heck of a match right there. Shout out to Mike T. Shout out to Michael Poe for his contribution as well. He says, "I appreciate it, but it was too hard to get a words in edgewise. Appreciate you letting me come on." What I was gonna say was, if it goes 12, Haney can you please get the push? Yes, I'm going to put you down for that prediction. And I want to get predictions here from everybody else as well. So we're going to get to that.
Shout out to Michael Poe. Shout out to Michael Poe, Mr.
Shout out to Quantum Rob for his contribution. He says,
do you
how
think
people...
there will be
Hold on,
Do you
please.
think there'll be American
I'll let you know when.
fans
I'll let
going
you know when I'm. Hold on, please. I'm still.
White man talking. White man talking. Go ahead, Mr. BD.
Hold on, I'm still reading the super chats. First of all, I'm not white. What the fuck? I'm Mexican. Shout out to Quantum Rob for his contribution with the super chat. He says, Quantum Rob conversations, how people comparing Linares versus Teofimo in therapy. What?
Huh?
How are people comparing? Oh, hold on. Actually, I'm going to invite him because he said he wanted to jump on. So maybe he can clarify that himself. But shout out to Quantum for his contribution. Shout out to Ollie G for his contribution to the super chat. He says, I'm changing my prediction. Haney via majority decision. Majority? Why? Okay. Shout out to Ollie G. I have to correct his prediction now. Shout out to winning football. Okay, actually, I read that one already. All right. So hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds here. I have to get some predictions here because actually I think that might be a little bit too crazy. You guys go.
Oh, what do you think? Will there be American fans going to Australia or not really, you think?
No.
I'll see.
There'll be a few. I know a few. Look, I know. Hey, if this fight was booked 3 months ago, I would have went. That's why I was
Devin Haney 15-hour plane ride.
I've been on that flight. I've flown to Melbourne before. It's a long flight.
I hate flying.
Devin Haney. The reason why I'm asking because when you got obviously foreigners fighting America, whether it's Ricky Hatton, Tyson Fury, we always get thousands of Brits or even Filipinos when Manny Pacquiao. Why won't there be many Americans going to support him?
I mean, it's on the other side of the fucking world, you know. I mean, it's on the other side of the world. It's about a 20-hour flight. I can't imagine I can't imagine what it would cost right now.
Yeah, Devin Haney.
I'm gonna find out right now. Let me book a flight. I'll be right back.
On the total.
Devin Haney's a real good boxer. Can we agree that the performance he put up against Gamboa, although he won clearly, probably won like the majority, 9-3 or 10-2, but still he didn't look good because he was throwing like one punch at a time. He promised to get the knockout. Now imagine instead of Gamboa, you got another dude with like the T-Rex arm, but that's fucking Kambosos, and he's throwing more fucking punches than old Gamboa did. Don't you think it just becomes a little bit more even? That's what I'm saying. Don't look for fucking Kambosos to try to outbox Devin Haney. That he's gonna lose. So what does Kambosos have to do to make it rough? Like it's kind of like Jeff Horn. What did Jeff Horn do against fucking Manny Pacquiao? He made it rough. He made it dirty. But still, what impression
Jeff Horn was bigger and stronger than Manny. He could do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But yeah,
that's one factor. People are forgetting how big Devin Haney is. He's a big fucking lightweight.
He's a fucking welterweight.
Yeah.
And hits like a bantamweight.
But on top of that,
people
act like people say he's pillow fisted, but no one walks him down.
He is.
You can make it a brawl. If someone has no power, all you gotta do is walk him down. But they're scared because he has that respectable power. Go back to my point.
He's got some type of thing on.
It could be because of his technique, and doesn't necessarily be because he has the power on his jab.
But that's why I'm saying that jab is going to be the key to the fight. Because look, here's the thing that I want to get to here. Both guys tend to fight similar with the same stance. One hand down, the other covering for the right hand covering up for left hooks. When you're in that type of stance and you're trying to roll with the shots, the best and quickest way to get to the other guy's face is with a jab, straight left. And that's what I'm saying here. Like Lopez didn't have that good a jab. People kept saying, well, he controlled Lomachenko with the lead hand. I didn't see that. I just saw Lomachenko not willing to let his hands go because of the fucking shoulder and taking his time. So, what's his name? Haney's a much different fighter than Lopez, and he does have a good jab. So that's what I'm curious to see what happens with that jab. On the other hand, a lot of people are saying that Kambosos doesn't have that much, IQ skills. I think the guy's a pretty good boxer, and on top of that, he's pretty quick himself.
He is.
I wouldn't say he's much slower, at least physically, than Linares.
He's faster than Devin Haney.
No, he's fast.
Wait, faster?
Underrated hand speed.
So who's stronger, Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney? Who's stronger? Theo. Then he got the heavy hands. So he put up with Teofimo Lopez's strength. Now, Haney, he's a big dude that can rehydrate probably to a junior welter. But how old is he? 23, 24. You got Kambosos, who is in like the prime of his life for fucking boxing. He's 28, 29. He's in his man strength already. That's one thing. I thought that Kambosos was a weak dude. He proved to me that he wasn't weak when I saw him versus fucking Teofimo Lopez.
What's
right?
Real quick, can I present my theory on this? I think Kambosos wanted to fight Lomachenko more than Devin Haney because Lomachenko's style is more tailor made for him. Or it's a more. It might sound crazy because we would all agree Loma is a better fighter than Devin, but I think he thinks Loma's style is more winnable for him.
Based
I
on
agree with you, Ruby.
Yeah, he's right. That's right.
But based on what? I got a question though. Based on what? Based on what are we basing this?
Size, and the way Loma fights. People think Loma is like some slick fighter, but he's really not. He's good defensively, but at the same time, he still comes forward.
Yeah, coming forward, pressure.
He's a pressure fighter, exactly, and that's what Kambosos likes. He wants you to come to him.
That would have been a big.
Really like that.
That would have been a big mistake for him to think that Loma would be easier because Loma, like you said, I agree with you about that. Loma's actually going for the kill.
More money as well fights Loma.
I don't know about that though. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think he would have made more money with Loma or?
Yeah, he's getting 10 million for this fight.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
A few more shekels, but
Loma does not have a bigger
I-
fan base than Devin Haney. You're tripping.
No, and I agree. It's probably better. It's probably better if you step to Kambosos. Kambosos is like, okay, you bring the fight, I'll fucking fight you because it's easier for me. But then Haney's got the extra responsibility that he can't just have the luxury of fighting backwards, getting on the back foot, and okay, I'm gonna be the boxer, and you have to be the fucking aggressor. Maybe Kambosos, hey, come to me too, because like I said, if he just tries to do that whole fucking get on the back foot, it's not gonna be good for him, man. It's gonna look at
Devin Haney can step to Kambosos. Devin Haney's jab and Kambosos' weak Philly shell. His jab is gonna get over that all day, all night, and it's gonna be easy work for him.
The reason Kambosos was able to beat Tio and because Tio was reckless. Right, like I said before, I said this all the time. If Tio fought like how he did against Loma, he would have won the fight. And I'm being serious. And also, right,
MMA, he was emotional that fight.
Let me say this. And also, Haney, he doesn't fight like that. He's not gonna come towards you. He's gonna box you. And Kambosos doesn't know how to deal with style like that. That's why when Tio came forward, he was glad Teofimo came forward. He was happy Teofimo came forward because that's not Teofimo's game. He doesn't really do that. He doesn't really do that. Now Kambosos, he does this all the time. That's his style. But
Lopez fought a stupid fight in that first round, trying to take him out.
Yeah, he's emotional. He's emotional.
Yeah, but listen, when Tio was throwing his jab that night, it landed 75% of the time. Now when Devin Haney throws his jab, like precision and just like so sharp, it's gonna keep Kambosos honest and it's gonna offset that 3-4 punch combo he likes to throw. Cause Devin Haney can throw a 1-2 and get up out of there. You know he got that check left hook, and it's gonna be rough for him.
Wait. Did you say when Lopez?
I understand that point, but you also got to remember Diaz was pushing him back when he was using volume.
It would work,
bro. And
he was pushing Haney back when he was using volume.
And he still got washed. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't say he didn't. I'm just saying, just bringing it up.
I want to debunk a narrative right now. On the debunk a narrative that people are saying that Kambosos is pillow fisted. First of all, right? He dropped Mickey Bay. Well, he caught Mickey Bay, dropped him with like a 3-piece, and then dropped Tio. Okay, also, there's more of a case for Haney to not have power than Kambosos, right? When has Haney hold up. When has Haney dropped somebody, right? He went the whole 12 he went the whole 12 with Linares. He went the whole 12 with Jojo. He went the whole 12 with Jojo Diaz, a midget Chomo, and then he went the whole 12 with Gamboa, a midget Cuban. So
wait, did you call Jojo a Chomo?
Yeah.
He went the whole 12 with Alfredo Santiago, but he dropped him. He dropped Alfredo Santiago in the fifth round with the mean uppercut.
I think 3.
No one has dropped Haney.
He's leaving on the 10th, I think. and he's coming back like
Jojo
big Paul.
Diaz. Jojo
Diaz did rock him though.
The day I'm like, when
was Haney's last? When was Haney's last knockout?
It was in 2019.
Pedro
His
Moran.
last knockout was in 2019.
When?
Against who?
I think Pedro Moran.
19. I don't remember.
Pedro Moran.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. Look, I think this is boxing. This is boxing. Like somebody else said, I forget who it was, so I apologize if I forget the name. But somebody said, look, they're fighting with 8-ounce gloves. Maybe you can't knock the other guy out, but Devin Haney could potentially hit Kambosos on the right spot, and he could break something, right? That he already did that with that Eastern European dude that just beat Linares. So anything goes. But you have to admit that Haney's punching power isn't up on the level of obviously a Lopez or even a Lomachenko. Because I mean, but hold on. Before people get defensive, I know he doesn't have to be. But what I'm saying is, what happens if they get into a situation where it does have to make a difference? And I just want to qualify Haney's power. Look, the fact that he couldn't stop Gamboa, the fact he couldn't stop Linares, and these are guys that have lost nothing but stoppages prior to that. You have to admit it doesn't bode well for Haney's power.
Okay. So since his last knockout, has he at least been knocking people down?
No. He hasn't knocked nobody down in his last 3 fights. No. And also, people are saying, listen, Haney, I think maybe the weight cut or maybe slapping, he slaps, he doesn't have good punch technique. But at the end of the day, I don't see him hurting Kambosos because you're as good as your last fight. You got to take that into account.
All right.
Okay, fellas. 1 second. Let me get to the super chat. Revan, thank you for the contribution.
That's an awful impersonation, Pete. I should kick you out just for that, man. You gotta stop for that.
Since Kambosos has the home advantage, I don't. Oh fuck! See, it scrolled up. You fucking cock. Since Kambosos has the home, shut up! Shut your fucking mouths. Since Kambosos has the home advantage,
I never tell people
Haney
to
getting
shut
a
the fuck.
decision win.
I never
will have
tell
to get the
people
KO or some type of TKO ref.
I never tell people.
That will be all in for Kambosos. Thank you.
Jeez, Luis, Pete's on coke. Pete, I never tell people to shut the fuck up. Come on, man. That's
he sounded more like Bucho.
A little bit.
Yeah, I got a question.
All right, hold on, real quick.
I was talking to you,
All right. Before you guys go, hold on. I gotta read the super chat.
Keep the coke bender. Stop playing.
Shout out to Revan. I think it's Revan. Since Kambosos has a home advantage, he says, I don't see Haney getting a decision. Haney will have to get a KO or some type of TKO. Referee stop it. Judges will be all in for Kambosos. All right, shout out to Revan for his contribution. Yeah, and I think we already settled that. Look, Top Rank, I think Del Boy broke it down perfectly. Haney just signed with Top Rank, 4 or 5 fight deal. That's who the establishment wants. Three. Okay, that's who they want to win. They're not. I mean, I don't see Kambosos getting any gifts over in Australia just because he's in Australia. But that's just me. Hey, I could be wrong. We've been wrong before.
He wouldn't get a gift either. You heard about Aram. Bob Aram said last time he went over there, the right guy did it with the nod, and he's not going for it this time. So the judges are not going to do no fluky stuff. That's what I feel like.
You guys are making it seem like he's
Danny Atlas left Top Rank because of that.
If it is a close fight, though, let's hope that we don't see a repeat of Marvin Hagler and Alan Minter from the crowd.
No, I don't think they. I don't think they let him drink.
At the end of the day, whether Bob Arum wants to submit or not, the reason that Pacquiao didn't win is because he said himself. Hold up. He said himself that he didn't. He said himself.
Let the dude talk.
Hey, hold on. I gotta. We're gonna have to mute people. You guys, if you're not gonna talk, mute your mic, please. If you're not gonna talk, mute your mic because I hear things in the background there.
Bro, is he having a seizure?
No, he doesn't know he's on. All right, go ahead, man.
Bro, the reason, Bob Arum said himself that the reason he didn't want Pacquiao to fight Crawford. Okay, he said he didn't want that fight, right? And who would be a next good opponent? Jeff Horn, right? So he would have Pacquiao get robbed to fight Jeff Horn to fight Bud Crawford, right? It's as simple as that. Whether Bob Arum will submit or not, I mean, it's clear as day. You can see the corruption going on, right? And saying, "Oh, Eddie Hearn saying, oh, he's going up by himself." What are you talking about? Bob Arum's the biggest promoter in boxing, right? The biggest promoter in boxing. That make no sense.
All right.
He's a Jew.
Kambosos is getting a retirement check. The only reason they entertained him is because the Australian government is putting up the money. But the main fight is going to be Haney versus Lomachenko, and I can't wait so I can talk mess to Jimmy.
Haney's moving. I doubt he's.
I'd like to see all those fights, wouldn't you guys? I mean, I'd like to see them round robin all three of those guys.
Listen, Pete the Coke Bender. Nobody wants to hear you.
Hey, I'm gonna send you on a. Hey, I'm gonna send you on a raft. I'm gonna send you on a raft like you came over here from.
Keep sniffing coke. Keep sniffing meth. Keep sniffing meth, bro. You're a meth dealer. Stop it, bro. You're a meth dealer.
I'm when the wind's blowing north. Listen to this fucking kid.
You wouldn't say that to my face, Pete. Stop it.
The thing, if Haney boxes like he did against Linares, like the first 9 rounds, man, that was like an amazing performance until he got hurt. Now, what happens with that when you go hard like that and you're trying to put that type of performance, you're bound to get tired. You're gonna get more tired than the other guy because if the other guy ain't working as hard as you, because you're giving it your all, that opens the door for the other guy. But I think that Kambosos also goes hard, so that's the interesting thing about that. He also goes hard in this sense.
He's a lion, Gonzalo.
Do you give Haney any credit for never being knocked?
Yeah, he hasn't been dropped. If he needed to resort to tying up, although it didn't look that good, he still won 9 rounds out of the 12. So that was a great performance. It wasn't like a masterclass because he gave that up. So if you need to resort to tying, yeah, you're gonna lose that fucking round. But if you put on a masterclass like if you did that well, like you did against Linares, you might still get the fight. But if you do tie up a little too much this time around, where it's more than like 3 rounds, and you're getting on the back foot just a little too much, and you're kind of giving it away now, and this guy still comes forward and throws a lot of punches, fucking Kambosos, dude, it's gonna be closer than what you guys think, man.
Linares was gassed up into that punch. That punch gave him a second wind. So if Linares didn't land that punch, he would have still been winded, gassed, and his face probably would have been beat up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I want to bring something. Can I bring something up here? Because the weigh-in is gonna be taking place in about 40 minutes. We're probably gonna end it before that. So I know it's gonna take a while because we're about 14 people here. So I wanna take predictions. But before we get to predictions, we got Furioso dropping by. Furioso, are you there?
Hello.
My friend.
It's BDA. It's BDA. But what's up, man?
What's up, Furioso?
How are we doing?
Good. It's
What's
BDA,
up,
by the way. It's BDA, by the way. It's not King Bucha, but go ahead, man.
Let's go, Portugal.
BDA,
Same shit.
Hey? How are we doing? Yeah. I just wanted to give my prediction and stuff. I mean, I'm going for Kambosos late stoppage.
Let's go, Furioso.
Let's go. I'm going Kambosos late stoppage.
Kambosos.
Haney gasses late on the traveling adaptation down under. It's not easy going there. I got a lot of friends go there, and they say by 8 o'clock in the evening they're tired. They want to go to sleep. He hasn't had his daddy there to read him bedtime stories.
Come on.
Exactly.
Hey, come on.
He's known. His daddy still reads him bedtime stories.
At least
he's going to sleep.
BDA, at least
is that our Australian accent?
I thought we were here to talk boxing, not talk about someone's dad.
BDA, at least.
Anyway, so I think late on,
that's when the bias do start coming in.
Late on, it's going to get to him. I think late rounds, 9, 12 rounds, is going to be telling in this fight.
At least
One at
a time, guys.
I'm just saying that the Greek gods will prevail. They will.
At least
And one important thing, I think my reasoning for all this also is, can I just finish off? I won't be long.
Go ahead.
The judges.
We can't hear you over the kangaroos.
Yeah, exactly. Supposedly the koalas and the judges that are from Poland. Okay, Poland, the most racist European country. You won't find a Muslim mosque there. Okay.
I think one is from Colombia.
Hold on, MMA champ. Let me finish, man.
One's from Panama. They're easily bribed. Their grandmother needs a new house. Yeah, they need
They won't.
Listen,
and
BJ, only one.
and the other one's from Hungary. The other one's from Hungary.
Oh shit!
Exactly. So you got
Those
an
are my
Hungarian, European. You got a fucking Polish dude, which there isn't a mosque, a Muslim mosque in sight in Poland. I'm not talking shit.
Shout out
These
to
are
Poland.
facts. Shout out to Poland. I've been there. You will not find a mosque there. In England,
love
In England, there's 1,158 mosques.
Get England out of here.
Yeah.
What is this, England?
So anyway, and another thing, all the Haney fans, all they're saying is decision.
Because he can't punch it.
Decision.
He haven't had a knockout in a while.
There's no one
can't
on a
punch it.
knockout. What you
Paulo.
guys been eating? What you guys been eating? I can't.
Paulo,
What's
you
up?
figure Haney for a back foot bitch? I mean, is that like your prototypical?
He's the definition of back foot bitch. That fucking bitch.
Listen, at least Haney.
He can't fight.
Kambosos wasn't on his back foot the whole
Him and Shakur.
At least Haney doesn't. At least
A
Haney
la
doesn't.
fucking Andre Ward style. They are the definition of the back foot bitch. It's jab and hold, jab and hold, jab and hold, jab and fucking hold.
Yo,
And then
this
you say
guy, who is
IQ.
it? Who the
All right. Furioso, let somebody, hold on, let somebody reply. Okay, let somebody. Hold on, fellas, please. Let one of you guys, you decide who whoever he's addressing between yourselves. Agree who's gonna reply to him.
Yeah, I'll reply to him.
No, he's a master of the distance, man. He creates separation when he needs to, and when the other guy's stepping back, he'll attack.
Don't be using
Listen,
words
at least Haney doesn't sleep with his dad like Teofimo.
I mean, you're getting carried away with words like master. There's no one thing's for sure. None of them two boxers will be producing masterclass, as in master levels at any fucking attribute. Don't be telling me you've got master jab, master jib, master that. There's no fucking master there. They're fucking little kids.
Those guys trying to side though.
He's a fucking little kid, a 23-year-old little fucking.
Okay, so let me ask you. Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask this. Furioso is saying both guys are overrated. Does everyone agree with that?
Yes, I think that's what I'm saying. There's no mastery. There's no mastery. Is what I'm saying. I'm not going to learn any fucking scientific fucking procedure with them two. I'm sorry. It's they're two C-level fighters.
This ain't science.
Two C-level fighters. They are two C-level fighters. Haney, all he does is jab and hold and put the elbow in the face. He's one of the dirtiest fighters in boxing. It's jab, hold, elbow in the face. Jab, elbow in the face. That's what he does.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
No, I'm not.
You're a liar.
No, I'm not a fucking liar.
You're a liar.
It's a fucking jab, a hold, and an elbow in the face.
He can't punch it.
I've seen this before. That'll keep going on forever. Back foot pitcher, liar. It's gonna keep on going.
Well, that's why. Hey, fellas. That's why we went.
I thought we were talking boxing.
That's why we want. No, hold on, hey, guys. It's open. Guys, it's open lines Friday. Anybody can say whatever they want for the most part. So let me ask Furioso this because he's saying some controversial stuff here. Furioso, let me ask you this. What do you think about the whole rat thing that Kambosos team is calling Bill Haney and Devin Haney rats? What do you think about that?
To be honest, with that sort of bullshit, they're both as bad as each other.
Oh.
Kambosos, yeah, they are, because they're both rats, to be honest. I'm not high on either of the guys, to be honest. I'm just saying it will happen. Because, hold on a minute, Kambosos was also a rat in sort of like what he said about Horn, as in I will practice with Pacquiao, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not bothered about that side of things.
It's not a rat.
They're both rats.
But
what I know is Kambosos is going to stop Haney late on in the fight. That's what I know. And that Haney is very overrated. He hasn't got the
Hey,
he won't have
Teofimo post that on social media. You feel me? All of that Devin Haney just told Kambosos. Teofimo posted that all over Twitter. The problems he was going through with his wife, that he couldn't see his son, that he wasn't focused. that him and his dad having problems,
What about
etc.
Kambosos? All these wins away from home, all the adversity he's had.
What does
You guys say,
being away from home got to do with Devin Haney fighting?
I'm just saying he's had adversity too.
Okay.
You know, what I'm saying he's had that. You know, he's had more challenges, more adversity. Haney's had it all pushed
How many
at home.
How many title
He's
defenses
had
does
all
Devin
the
Haney
storage
have?
made already for him.
Nah,
all
that's
done.
facts. That's facts. How many title defenses though?
How many title defenses does Devin Haney have? To answer that
Against
question.
who? Against all bums. Kambosos done hard work on the road.
No one cared because they were against
I don't
all over
care
the
about
world.
title defenses.
All over
Wilder
the
had
world.
so many title
This
defenses.
is
It doesn't
Haney's
matter.
against bums. Against bums.
Bro,
They fought-
Deontay
they
Wilder
both
met his
fought.
match, bro, and Fury's Tito.
Nah.
Exactly.
Wilder was just fighting too many D-level fighters.
Yeah, he was fighting people that had no skill, bro.
With title defenses. So, like, I don't. That's a weak.
The
Well,
toughest
actually,
fighter
can
he
I
fought,
can I
Fury.
interject? Can I interject here?
You
Can
guys
I
are counting
interject?
on a decision.
All
Is
right,
that all you
Furioso,
got? A
Furioso,
fucking
hold on.
decision.
Furioso, I gotta tell you,
That's not-
Furioso, and the rest of you guys got me thinking because you're saying that Kambosos essentially got a little bit lucky fighting Teofimo Lopez, who wasn't at his best. Now Furioso saying Haney is not all that good. So my thing is now, maybe Furioso is right. Maybe both guys aren't really all that good, and they're just holding the belts for Lomachenko's return or Shakur Stevenson's move to 135. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to imply earlier.
100% right.
That's super false. If it was so easy.
Can I just quickly, these two guys to be undisputed champions would be a disgrace to the levels of the division because I don't think they're the best guys at that weight. It's just they're due to circumstance and opportunism. So
just give the
Haney,
belt to
because
Loma.
of the opportunity of War, Loma got in there, etc., etc. And obviously we say that Kambosos got lucky against Tio. We say that, don't we? We don't know. We do not know this is going to prove against Haney if he got lucky against Tio. Because if it
was so easy to beat Devin Haney, everybody would have done it and had the real WBC title.
But who's
everyone?
Ryan Garcia,
Bro, calm down. No one.
Linares, Jojo Diaz would have beat him.
Ryan Garcia's pregnant.
Davis
What are you talking about?
I can't believe you brought up Ryan Garcia.
Pregnant or not, he still would have fought Devin Haney if it was so easy.
Hold on. Let Furioso reply. I think he's got something on his mind. Go ahead, Furioso.
No, I mean, what are you on about, Ryan Garcia? What's he got to do with it? What are you on about, Ryan Garcia?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, Rick. Well, hold on. Let Rick reply. Rick's the one that brought it up. Rick, go ahead.
What did he say?
He said he doesn't understand the Ryan Garcia thing.
I'm saying if it was so easy to beat Devin Haney, all the guys that Devin Haney beat would have beat him easy. Like it just would have been easy by knockout or unanimous decision. They just would have beat him. But you can't say that because what Devin Haney does, he takes away everybody's best attribute, and that's what he's about to do with Kambosos. But you guys are not seeing this. The same thing he did with Linares. The jab stopped him. His face was painted up by the 4th round.
Like Kambosos let me say take away. I'd say minimize.
Grabbed him to death. He's grabbed him to death and jabbed him occasionally. Grabbed him to death, and he's got the decision. And he's got rocked. He's been dancing the Billie Jean with fucking Linares.
Okay, Linares has more knockouts than Kambosos has fights.
Michael Jackson.
He's a good puncher. He put down Lomachenko, number 1 compound fighter in the world.
He was
listen, hold on. Listen, I've been hearing this a lot from y'all. That's y'all favorite thing to say is, oh, he was chicken dancing and shit like that. Listen, bro. He outboxed him for 10 rounds and he got hurt and held for 2 rounds and he held the whole fight. Bro, come on, stop saying that, bro.
He outlanded Linares the 11th and 12th round.
Linares was 50 years old.
Listen, when Kambosos went down, he got up trying to hug Tio. That whole round.
Is that all you got? A dream decision, dreaming of a decision. Are you going to dream on a decision? Is that all you got? A dream decision away from home?
Listen,
that's all they got.
Devin Haney can win 3 different ways. He can win 3 different ways.
Yo, Rick, if you're hurt, you're not gonna just throw yourself in the fire to prove people like that you're a bro. Like, no, bro. If he know he's hurt, he's gonna fight smart.
Scared. You're gonna fight scared.
Honestly,
Like
I don't know why both sides are being defensive.
Because Eddie's a bitch. That's why.
On the edge of the cliff.
Hey, listen to this. Who's better? Mickey Bay or Jorge Linares?
Yeah, you're gonna hold for dear life and jab occasionally.
Used to that one Russian guy.
Who's better? Who's better, Linares or Mickey Bay?
Because he's fast, but Jorge Linares is faster.
All right. Listen.
Yeah,
everyone's talking. Everyone's talking at the same time.
Lopez or
Everyone's talking at the same time here. I got to interject. So
Yo,
we're not getting.
BDA,
Hold on. We're not getting anywhere. Everyone's talking over each other. So here's what we're gonna do. I want to get some predictions right off the bat here because the way's going to be in half an hour, 25 minutes to be exact. So I want to make sure. Please, when I ask for your prediction, don't try to be long-winded. Just try to get to the point. And here's the other thing: if I already took your prediction, feel free to just say, "Oh, BDA, you already got it." All right. So let's start with Del Boy. Well, actually, Del Boy, I think you already said, but let's go just ahead officially. Who do you have for tomorrow's fight?
Yeah, Devin Haney, lopsided UD. Struggled with movers like Lee Selby, Mickey Bay, who weren't factors at lightweight, let's be honest. Lucky against the half-cooked Tio. 5 minutes are up for George Kambosos. It's done.
Did you call him Jewish Kambosos or George Kambosos?
George, yeah.
George,
5
okay.
minutes are up.
I wasn't sure what the heck you were getting at. All right, Corey, go ahead, please.
Prove everybody wrong. Domination tomorrow. Unanimous decision.
Unanimous decision. All right. Function. Function, go ahead. Function.
And you're gonna bring that bitch back to the USA for sure. Unanimous.
That's right, bro.
He ain't gonna do shit.
Functions, unanimous Haney, unanimous decision. Furioso.
Yeah, just I've got Kambosos' late stoppage, but I do think Bob Arum has stitched up Haney. So basically, I believe in the conspiracy that he wants Kambosos to win, so that then there isn't a rematch. Fuck the rematch. Kambosos then is fed to Loma, his baby. Okay, Bob Arum's baby.
All right, you're being too long-winded.
And, hold on a minute, and then he wants Haney, and then he wants Haney to go the Shakur way.
All right, so Furioso says Kambosos.
So it'll be like a semi-final. It'll be a semi-final. It'll be Shakur Haney, Loma Kambosos. That's where it's at, my friends.
All right,
okay?
all right. Gonzalo?
I think they give it to Kambosos 7-5. Split decision.
Kambosos split decision. All right. Jimmy?
Yeah, that's funny.
Yo, having to change my name, Rip.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Jimmy, official prediction time.
Official prediction time. I was going to wait till after, and I was going to tweet it out, but I wanted to see how they looked on the way in. You know what I mean? But right now it's 50-50. I just want to see, the final thing for me is I want to see if they look wet, you know, how dry they look. Because again, it's Haney is a big 135. He's eating muscle to get down there. So I'm going to see see what he looks like. Because again, it's hostile territory. But anyway, I don't want to go long-winded. So next.
All right, Kenshiro. Okay, well, let's go to Pagostin. Go ahead, man. Official prediction time. Pagostin.
Oh, sorry, I'm back. Hello.
All right, Kenshiro, go ahead, man. Yeah.
I'll say Kambosos, more likely split decision if he's lucky. Late stoppage late on when I think Haney does the old Ric Flair chicken dance.
All right. And by the way, yeah, Butcher says Jimmy is doing the gypsy boxing style and waiting for the weigh-in. That's what Gypsy always does. He always says, I'm waiting for the weigh-in, bro. I'm waiting for the weigh-in. Yeah. He's always waiting for the
I don't normally do that, but because of Haney, when somebody's struggling, like I did it with Tio, if it's one of those type of guys, most of the time I'll do it before.
Save your excuses.
Save the excuses, man.
Why? Whenever I duck fucking giving fucking predictions, I always give them.
Dude.
Jimmy don't use excuses.
All right. Yeah, that's true. M. S. Go ahead, man. Prediction time. M. S. Going once. Going twice. All right. Are you there, MS dot? M. S. No? All right. All right, Rex, what about you, man?
What's up, BDA? I got the Spartan Warrior, George Kambosos. He's bringing that belt to Greece.
What's up with the fucking radio voice?
Howard Cosell.
Hey, Rex, can you please say, hey, if you call now, you win 2 tickets to Pearl Jam.
If you call now, you get 2 tickets to Pearl Jam.
All right, that was pretty good, I guess. All right, Rick Fox, go ahead, man.
I got Devin Haney by dominant fashion or even stoppage.
Haney, dominant. Okay, you got to go with one, though. You can't pick both.
Okay, I got Devin Haney by stoppage.
Stoppage. Whoa, all right. I think that's
By the 10th round. By the left foot.
All right, there you go. That's what I like. I like precise picks. Scale. Pete, go ahead, man.
Honestly, it's 50-50, but so I swear to God, I can't figure out the style matchup. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a close fight. So I'm going to pick somebody based upon,
jeez Louise,
a variable that I'm not going to mention. Let's just say Kambosos. Right,
Kambosos what? Oh, you don't want to pick how?
Oh no, I'll give him decision. Yeah, decision.
See, that's the thing.
You guys fuck Max.
Who?
What do you want? What do you want, BDA? What is that wrong?
I'm saying,
me Black Rick.
I'm saying you people, when you make picks, I can already see it now with the people that are along with it, because I used to do the same thing. I was like, well, if this happens or if that happens, that's insecurity. You gotta boom, go with your instinct, go with your heart.
BDA, Kambosos, decision, Kambosos.
Are you doing the old CIA tactic of saying the wrong name so that when I call you out tomorrow, if you get it wrong, you go, no, I said Kambosos decision. So
no.
I
want you to listen, get this through your head. Kambosos decision.
Am I missing the joke? Fuck. I think it's going over.
I'm just saying, I don't want to be long-winded. I'm saying that's my
okay, yeah, because it's cutting. Hey, by the way, we got the Logical Man. Boom Boom was here. You just missed him, man. You just missed him. He was... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. I just saw y'all little chat. I'm at the park, but I want to get in on this and just, say my little 2-piece.
Go ahead, man. Yeah.
So, man, I really underestimate Kambosos, man, because don't get me wrong, Haney has fought some good challenges, man, but Kambosos not playing, dude. He really believes he's a damn emperor, that he's just the man of the man. I think he's coming in for a war, and Haney better be on top of his game. Hopefully, he develop more of that man strength to get him back. This really determined if Haney really is on that level. Same how we was discovering with Shakur versus Valdez. We've seen that Shakur really is that level. So this would be the same test for Haney. If he can outclass this dude or just have a good fight and win this, hey man, a lot of doubters were wrong, and this guy really is that type of elite guy. He better than Pink anyway already. So it don't matter.
By the way, if Boom Boom guy is still out there, Boom Boom, Logical Man is here right now, man. It's Open Lines Friday. If you want to get it on with Logical Man, if you want to tango.
BDA. His new name is Side Baby Boom Boom.
Oh, come on. Now, wait a minute.
Let's go, Logical Man. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
All right, Logical Man. Thanks, man. Thanks for your... I already got your prediction, by the way. So, yeah, I got it down here. All right, now, Furioso, man.
I didn't get to say my prediction.
Who's that? Oh, I'm a go ahead, man.
Yeah, I think Kambosos is going to bring the speed, volume, and pressure. I think Haney's going to have the time and technique. I also think he's going to have the style advantage. I think it's a 60-40 fight in favor of Haney.
All right, so you're picking Haney by decision. All right.
Yeah, by decision.
All right. So, fellas, look, I'm looking at the compilation that I've got. It's almost 50-50. Almost 50-50. Now, here's the big question. Is it going to be a somewhat entertaining fight? Compelling.
Yes, definitely.
I think Kambosos will make it so. Don't worry, Haney will engage to it.
I mean, BDA, don't you think Haney has to get in there? I mean, I know this jab. I don't see this like power jab or anything from Haney. So I'm just saying, don't you think he's going to have to get in range at some point? I mean, they're going to have to get together in there.
Yeah, right? I don't think Haney's gonna have to do that. I think if his jab works the way I think it will, because maybe I'm overrating it. I don't know, but if it works the way I think it works, I think it's enough to get the decision. You guys.
I mean, he throws the jab he sets up the right hand with the jab. He changes the angle a little, but then he throws it's kind of like a looping fucking Gennady Golovkin fucking over the top right hand. It's kind of straight because he does change the angle as he steps straight. He tilts to the side and it'll sharp shoot a fucking straight right hand from a slightly different angle. So he's trying to get you with good power. He hits pretty hard.
Yeah,
but it's not enough to like knock you out because you got to think he's got to continually think about throwing more punches. So he's always keeping you busy. He's always keeping you honest. And these two guys' chins are gonna hold up. They got respectable power, and they throw a lot of punches because Haney can throw a lot of punches. So I think, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be a barn burner, man, because Haney doesn't have the luxury of like really get on the back foot too much. He's got to like box little circles around basically the edge of his wheelhouse, looking to catch the other dude right in the center of the ring.
Gonzalo.
It's
Exactly,
important.
Gonzalo.
That first round, I need to know what the ref's like. If the ref allows there to be a fight, because there's refs now, like say Kenny Bayless, Shakur Valdez.
Who's the ref?
That's the ref that does not allow fighting, inside fighting. Any inside fighting, it's breakup. Exactly. The first round to me straight away telling, I'm always like, right, this ref allows you to fight, I'm game. If he allows Kambosos to fight, which I think he might do, it's away from home, it's at home. If he allows him to fight, because there's no hidden truth here. Kambosos has to get close. To get close, he has to go on the inside. He is the shorter man on the measurements. So
all
he has
right,
to get
now
close.
we're running out of time, so we got two new people, HIR 05 and Zero Cool. You guys, who wants to go first?
I'll give you mine if you want, because I don't feel like, you know what I mean. I won't wait if you want.
Jimmy, I just what?
Oh,
MXHIR1 or 05 rather. Anyway, whoever wants to go. Yeah, Jimmy, if you want to go, yeah.
Oh no! Did they speak up? I didn't think they spoke up. I didn't hear them. So, but if they're speaking, I'll let them go.
One guy tried to speak, but I think he said no.
Okay.
Who's the ref?
All right. Well, the ref. That's what I was going to say too. Important. If it's not the ref, then that's on Kambosos, because he was the ace guy going into this because he has all the belts, his town. He was the one to pick the ref, his team.
Oh.
I would imagine they would be smart enough to make sure they got a ref in there who allows inside fighting. And Linares, remember, we make a lot of comparisons with Linares. Kambosos is kind of a dirty fighter, meaning he's a mean kid. You know what I mean? Like, so he's not going to let. He'll do shit, elbows in the face. So, he won't let holding on the way Linares isn't like that type of guy. But so let me throw my pick in now. I would say, because all those things and factors, including home, the confidence, this one, I'm going with Kambosos.
Whoa.
But if it was in Vegas, I would probably go with Linares by decision, because Haney. And I respect Haney's ability. I think he's a good fighter. I just think this is a big fucking spotlight, and being away from home, I put so much emphasis on that, because it's definitely affecting Kambosos. Like somebody said earlier, he really thinks he's a Spartan god right now. So let's see if that fucking can, or if it's all flash in the pan.
Hey,
By the way, he is.
Yeah, by the way, fellas, man, I can't wait for Sunday's show, man. Because like I said, we've got a lot of different picks. Jimmy's always usually on point, and the fact that him and Gonzalo are picking Kambosos, now they're starting to change my mind. Hey, the guys that are picking Haney, change my mind. Tell me something because I'm starting to get a little confused over here.
Well, BDA,
hang on. Watch the Lee Selby fight.
All right, I'll rewatch it, man. Even though I didn't really like it.
As you said, it's 50-50. People choose 50-50. I think the fight's going to be like that.
I mean, I really can't sway your decision, because I
just
everybody who's speaking for Kambosos is really not saying nothing. The only thing they're saying is Devin Haney hasn't fought nobody. That Kambosos has the speed. Kambosos beat T.O., an unfocused T.O. who came in with no jab, no game plan.
Break it down for me. Break it down for me. That's what I'm.
An unfocused T.O. who came in with no jab, no game plan.
All right,
shut the TV.
I'm
Wait, you got
just off scale wise. Devin Haney is just levels above him.
All right, but because I brought up the jab, just at least tell me that. At least is the jab gonna win him the fight?
The jab is gonna play a big part in the fight. So yeah.
All right, there you go. He's convinced me. All right. Well, no, actually, I'm going to give my official prediction here real quick, because usually people say, BDA, you never give your prediction. Well, I've got 14 people here, a bunch of degenerates all talking over each other. You think I got time to give my prediction? So I'm going to give my prediction. I'm going against the grain here in terms of the usual panelists when it comes to Jimmy and Gonzalo. And I'm going to say Haney by decision. And I know Gonzalo and Jimmy, after the fight, if I get it wrong, they're going to let me have it. So... I'm kidding. All right. By the way, I can't wait for the after show on Sunday, because on Tuesday we had a shitload of phone calls. I didn't expect that many phone calls for this fight, And if it's dramatic, I can expect a shitload more phone calls on Sunday. That's gonna be great. Quay, are you there? Quay, are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is this: y'all keep talking bad about Linares. All I'm gonna say is, do you remember after the Linares and Haney fight? Do you remember what Haney ended up asking
How was
him?
my power? How was my power?
Yeah, why, dude? When I heard Haney say that,
validation. He needs validation.
yeah, when I heard Haney say that, that reminded me. This man was like, "Oh, is my power just as good as Lomachenko's?"
It's like you're asking the girl, "Yo, man, is my dick as good as the last guy?" Why you
Come on, man.
That's
Come on.
exactly what it sounded like.
But you know what? But you know what seems really funny to me, man? Always people talking about like conspiracy theories, how a foreign fighter is gonna get robbed, and a lot of times they do get robbed. But now we're saying that this is gonna go away all of a sudden. I'm not that one guy that's always talking about. Yeah, I think that dude's he's coming over here like a foreign dude. He's gonna lose because the judges are gonna get him. But now all of a sudden it's supposed to be this thing where the judges are gonna like do their job. Why? Because the top rank, yeah, Devin Haney, I get it. But this people talking about not mentioning that like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, and that just it seems weird. Like really, how come nobody? Everybody always talks about that, but now all of a sudden they forgot about it, and it's supposed to be like, yeah, everything's good. I don't think so.
All right. Well, listen. That's a good point, Gonzalo. I think that corruption can go both ways too, as well. Now, Jimmy and Kinshiro were talking about the ref. I don't know the guy's name, but I know he's some sort of Dominican. So that right off the bat puts me up. Yeah, that worries me right off. What?
I'm being for real. His real name is Hector Afu. He's from Panama.
Panama.
And
okay.
Yeah, Panamanian guy. He's WBC's referee of the year. And I swear to God. And I think he refereed the.
God damn it!
He's a franchise champion. Yeah, he's a franchise ref. God. He's a franchise referee. I think he refereed in the. I think he refed a Charlo fight, the 54 Charlo a while back. I can't find notable fights, but he looks like a maitre d'. Like he looks like a guy you might want to buy a bag from, like a couple of grams.
Well, regionally, though, refs from that area of the world, from Central America, usually let it get, because it tends to get nasty. You know what I mean? They fight more of that style down there, so that would be more the style he's used to. Cocaine wars.
Quay,
he looks like Manuel Noriega. He looks like Noriega with a bow tie on.
He looks like Noriega. Hey, you might see George Bush come back from the dead to try to get at him. Quay, what was your official prediction, man?
I got Kambosos easy.
Jeez, Luis. Now, people, listen, it's 50-50, man, now. At least on the list.
Oh, yo, the dude MX, he just texted in the thingamajig. He said he gone to Kambosos.
MXHIR. MX,
yeah, on the Discord text.
Yeah, but MX, why are you here, man? You should tell it to us yourself, man. That's what Open Lines Friday is about. You don't want to fucking text it. You want to say it.
He said he's going to go.
By the way, can you guys who are picking Kambosos actually bet on him so you can move the betting lines?
Nah, I ain't spending my money on no boxing fight. But
what is
I think Kambosos going to win.
Last time I checked, Haney was quite a big fucking favorite. So
really,
I'll bet a gyro on Kambosos.
Favorite is crazy.
Vegas has Haney
like 1,200.
Haney's still the big favorite in the betting odds.
MMA champ, what's your prediction?
With his big nose.
Haney beats the kangaroo in 12 rounds and wide.
Haney wide 12. All right.
Yeah,
I got you down
kangaroo
for that.
koala identifies as a koala.
By the way, Bob's son just posted.
Haney getting stopped on his stool.
Who said that?
Hey, BDA, are we gonna show Fulton and Ramon any love or what? I mean,
that's a great point, man.
If he wins, I got him in my pound for pound top 10. If
that's
Fulton
a good
wins.
point. Yeah, Zero Cool, you bring up an excellent point. That's a fight that's being overlooked. Haney versus Kambosos. That's Del Boy said that earlier in his stream. He said Kambosos and Haney's getting all the shine, but if you think about it, Fulton versus the hype, if you will. Fulton versus Roman. That could actually be the fight of the night.
Where's Roman? Where's he from?
Yeah, Roman.
Is he actually a Roman?
No, come on.
I'm playing
MMA champ, I'm gonna kick you out, man. That was an awful pun.
I'm surprised that he only got I'm surprised he only got 33% KO percentage for knockouts. 33%. That's low for Roman. Fulton's got 40%.
Yeah, I was saying that, Gonzalo. I was saying, after that Akhmadaliev fight, if Roman had serious power, he'd be the best guy at that weight, in my opinion.
Yeah, Fulton's a talented kid too. Like, and I just gotta say, guys, you know what makes it a little easier when you want to pick guys and stuff? Like the reason why it doesn't bother me because too many guys, the young guys especially, are way too emotionally invested into the fighters, man. A lot of you guys, man, it's just a boxing match. You watch after a few decades of watching, it don't matter. They all come and go.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
they all come and go, yeah. They all dissolve away. But in regards to the Stephen Fulton fight, yeah, Stephen Fulton, if he beats Daniel Roman, that's the third quality guy he would have fought. And most people aren't even talking about him. But he should be. Listen, if he beats Roman, he's got a much better argument for being top 10 pound for pound than fucking Tank Davis. I know that for a fact.
Hold on. Tank Davis in the pound for pound?
Well, some people are giving it to him.
Davis is not the pound
Not
for
in
pound
mine. Fuck Tank
get
Davis.
together. And also, right, how could Fulton be pound for pound if he arguably lost to Figueroa? And also, he's big for the weight anyway. So that's how that's not even the definition of pound for pound anyway. But to each their own. Now, if he does beat Akhmadaliev, then I'll put him in the pound for pound, even though he's a bigger guy. Now, the pound for pound is made for guys like Akhmadaliev, guys who are smaller and they're beating the bigger guys. That's the definition of pound for pound. That's why I think Kambosos, if he wins. That's why I think if Kambosos wins, he's pound for pound.
Heavyweights.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's how it started. To me, is not true.
Listen. That's a part of it, but also it's made for guys who are smaller than the bigger guy, and they beat them too.
All right, now before we continue on that, fellas, we've got and he made his weight. He made his weight for the suspense. We got Quantum Rob dropping by. Quantum, are you there?
Oh, he was dead.
All right, Quantum Rob is still stretching out the suspense.
Maybe he's still in the coma.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, Quantum Rob. Now, listen, people. This is Open Lines Friday, so if we step out of, we're gonna get into some YouTube boxing community stuff here. So if you don't want to hear whatever, you're free to go. But please don't complain about. Let's get back to the boxing. We got Quantum Rob here. Quantum, what the fuck happened, man?
Wow, man.
Welcome back.
What's up, Quantum?
If you were really in a coma, I'm glad that you're back. Yeah.
Hey, but what about Chocolatito's jab?
Nah, come on. Fucking Gonzalo's fucking with me, man. Now, Quantum Rob, go ahead, man. What happened to you? First of all, it's good to hear that you're not dead. That's number one. But number two, we heard you were dead.
Yeah, what happened? Like, I heard you say your girlfriend or something. Like, what happened? Like, who put this out there?
Quantum Rob, are you there?
You were dead.
He might really be dead now.
Is he alive?
He alive?
He might be dead now. I don't know.
I think he blew up.
Yo.
This is weird, man. I think
This is weird, bro. This is.
He said he was going to come here and explain Friday. Yeah, he said he was going to explain what happened, but he did say he was messed up.
Maybe he's having flashbacks from what he saw on the other side. Because I saw that movie there, Christian movie where the guy goes to the other side and he comes back with powers. So maybe that's what's going on with Quantum.
Maybe it's like what's his name, Stranger Things, you know?
Well, Amistad.
Can you fly?
What the fuck?
Maybe.
I missed that. All right, Quantum Rob, are you there, man? Quantum Rob, are you there? We need to. Otherwise, I'm gonna end the show, man. Because we gotta go. If you don't step up,
relax. Like, are you okay? Like, blink your eye if you need help.
All right. Well, listen. I guess Quantum Rob is he's leaving us hanging. He's leaving us hanging. He said he was gonna come in. Yeah, he said he was
ascended.
He said he was gonna come in and explain everything, but I guess now I don't know. Maybe he's trying to put everything
together.
Do a
wellness check.
What was that?
We need to do a wellness check.
MMA champ, I can't understand what you're saying.
Let me take out my earpiece, man.
Okay, man.
He said he's doing a wellness check.
Oh, okay. Because he's going Haitian on me. I can barely understand what he's saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I said we need a wellness check on him, bro.
All right. Well, listen, we're gonna have to go then because I thought he was gonna drop in and explain himself, but now he's left us hanging. So
or maybe it's just quick hours.
Go ahead, Quay. Yes, Quay, go ahead.
Hey, I want to say this because I ain't said a lot since I've been on here.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we said back, yes.
Oh yeah, Quantum, we can hear you.
Hear you.
Hold on. Quantum, we can hear you, but first let Quay finish what he had to say. Quay, go ahead, please.
Hello.
All I'm gonna say is this: Devin Haney will get.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you, Quantum. We can hear you. Please let Quay finish, Quantum. Quantum, please let Quay finish. All right, Quay, go ahead.
Kambosos will beat him.
Stupid.
Kambosos
Please let
beat
the
him.
black man
Work.
finish.
This is so different.
All right, what's his name? Quantum, we can hear you, man. Quantum, we can hear you. All right, you know what? Can somebody please tell Quantum that he needs to, we can hear him, but he needs to change his settings so that he can hear us.
Bro, Quantum, are you okay, man?
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So you can. Like, all right. So this. All right. So this is how it works. So I have to keep my YouTube open.
No.
My Discord open at the same time.
Okay, hold on. Let me read. Okay, Quantum, I know you're listening. Read the chat here, okay? Read the chat. I'm gonna tell you what you gotta do. You gotta go to settings, and where it says, fuck, hold on a second, because I really want to hear this, man. I think it's worth it. Hold on a second. You go to advanced.
It's voice and video.
Voice and video,
bro,
and you gotta
just deafen yourself. Don't.
It's voice and video, and you check.
Yo, the way in
Holy
started.
shit, people are talking over me.
Bro, you can't even hear us now because he deafened himself, man.
No, I muted him. But what he's doing is he's listening to us from the fucking TV. That's why there's a delay. So Quantum, if you're listening, please nobody talk. Quantum, go to your video setting, video and audio settings, and change with the fucking change the audio and input settings. There's something called input and output. Play around with that, and you should, because you can hear us. I mean, we can hear you, but you can't hear us. Jeez, Luis, that was a long ass explanation. All right, Quay was saying that he thinks Let me tell you something. I didn't like that. I didn't like how the Haney fans came in here and like, you guys didn't give him credit. It's a 50-50 fight. What do they want? They want everybody to fucking pick Haney? That's not how it works. I'm picking Haney if that means anything to you.
They want.
I think it's 50-50.
And
I think it's 60-40 because of the style advantage, but that's just me.
And not only did they go act like that, but they one of them was like, "Oh, and you guys aren't even giving any reasons." All he did, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Everybody just listed a bunch of reasons why.
All I heard from somebody,
this is going to be a blowout.
Not to be fair, I heard not from you, Jimmy, but from some people. There were some people that was just going back and forth about the resume. And that was you know, I'm picking Haney, but I can give you a breakdown of why. It's not just he the better fighter. He got more skills. You know, he got the dough.
Shit, man.
Yeah, he got the
BDA.
dough. Yes,
I got a question though. Since a lot of people are overlooking other fights, is anybody going to see the fight across the pond? I think it's Agawa versus Cordina.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to that one too.
Light world champ.
I think Ogawa's gonna get robbed. I saw Ogawa fight live in the Teofimo undercard, and I became a fan of him. But I think he's gonna get robbed in Wales or whatever. Sad.
I got Mr. Miyagi.
But yeah, I'm about to leave. I want to say shout out to BDA and everything. You know, happy Pride Month, Pete.
Oh, come on.
hey, bro, get off of here with that mess, man. What's wrong with
Bored Ape. I'm gonna buy a Bored Ape right now with my Bitcoin.
With a Devin Haney profile.
Yeah, we can hear you, Quantum. We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, what the hell? This shit fucking evolved or some shit? Like, what the hell happened here?
A lot happened while you were away, man. Talk to us, man. What happened? What happened to you? Everyone was worried about you, and then we heard you were dead. What happened?
Hold on. Let me get a drink, because when I fucking blow you guys away with this shit, you motherfuckers gonna be like, yo, fuck this fight. They're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck happened to that dude?
Yo, BDA.
Yes.
I'm gonna be shooting off, bro. It's like 1 a.m. I'll catch you guys later on, and thank you very much for having me on the show.
All right, Kenshiro, but I'm telling you, Kenshiro, thank you for being here. Kenshiro, thank you for being here, but you're gonna be
First, do my intro because I was watching myself and I was getting my memories back into my I can't even talk right still. I can't get my memories back into my head. Let me quickly introduce myself to everybody out there, to the millions and the millions. En el nombre del Padre, del Hijo, el Espíritu Santo, coming from YouTube to tell you how you doing, how's it going. Make sure you hit that favorite button, hold the like button, hit the subscribe button. You already know what it is with the algorithms. I am here. Quantum Rob has returned, and I'm slowly starting to get memory back. What happened to me? What has happened to me? Well, there was a night, and there's a story out there. Everybody knows the story that I was drunk on a stream on the night. I don't know if you guys know the story. Some of you guys must have heard the last couple people that talked to me that night. And I just got out of therapy right now. I didn't want to do my therapy in the morning. I said I didn't want to be fucking touched. I'm just laying there and I'm like watching my own shit. I'm going through all types of channels. I'm not going to name nobody because nobody's going to get fame off your channel, but I'm going through different channels of what I've subscribed to. And I know you guys, we're going to talk about boxing. Maybe we need like a separate segment, but if we're down to listen to this story, then I will tell you the story.
Go ahead, tell us the story, man.
Yo, so that night, I think I was talking to what's
well, the memories haven't come back. Yeah, I know. It's because the memories haven't come back fully yet.
melatonin.
Melanin.
Broad strokes, bro. Make it easy on yourself.
Right,
Broad
strokes.
Malaria?
Listen, you guys can make jokes all you want, but if you guys have seen what I've seen, it's a lot. I'm trying to get the name because that person said a lot of very nice things, but I was talking with this individual, and when I was talking with this individual, he was one of the last people, and I'm gonna figure it out because when you're coming out of a coma, almost I think it's been like 2 years and a half. When you're coming out, you're overwhelmed with information. My woman left me because the doctor said that I was gonna die. My mom left me on life support. So I was left by the woman that I love. So you wake up to a whole mess of information. Like your phone has lost text messages that are years old. The things that you used to watch are done. Listen, it goes deeper, but I'm gonna summarize it so we can get back to the talk and we can continue with what we're doing, and I'm still processing how thoughts are how I think and how things flow.
Would it be fair to say, though? Would it be fair to say that whatever it is that you experienced was otherworldly?
Yes, we're gonna get to that. We're definitely gonna get to that because I'm not gonna tell the full thing because I don't want to take people's attention off the whole point of the show because this is not about me. This is about
make it about you. Make it about you. Go ahead, man. Don't be afraid.
All right, look. That night, I was on stream. All right, yes. What's his name? I saw him the other day, and I was in my bed, and I'm all like pilled out because
the accident.
They still need to. They need to like pill me out in order to slow my brain process down in order I can kind of come back to reality without being in shock because I actually went back into the coma since Tuesday.
Whoa.
I went back in again. Yeah, I went back in again and I've been
voluntarily?
Out, and I've been out since the last time I got on your show. I went on your show and then I went on another show and I went out again. I went out
Did
again.
you mean an induced, like the doctors induced
No, no,
the
no.
coma? Like they put you on
I went out again. Like my body shut down again on me. You know what I'm saying? Like
you
like
slipped back into a coma
yo,
and you came back. Wow.
for a couple days, and I'm coming. I hate that I struggle with my words, and it's like when I woke up, it's like I was like bang 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 bang. It's like now I woke up and it's like it's difficult to maintain the thought process of exactly of what I want to say, because these motherfuckers over here they want to pump shit into you in order to think that they're gonna keep you alive and shit or whatever.
That's
but I don't
right.
give a shit.
Hey, let me
know
ask
what
you
I'm
something,
saying?
Quantum. Did you ever fear? And I know you think people are playing around, but this is serious stuff here. I'm asking this in earnest. Did you ever fear that maybe since you were in a coma, people were starting to look at you like, maybe we can use his liver. Hey, that heart is probably, he probably won't need anymore. Cause
radio show, man.
No, but because you're in a coma, how can you fear anything?
Well,
You're
didn't you?
gone.
Well,
You're not there.
not quite.
There's no need.
You're
There's
still
no need to
conscious.
fear anything.
You're
If
still
anything,
conscious,
if I
though.
could save somebody's life and my life is lost, I would definitely tell them to use anything inside of me. Don't take everything inside of me and throw it away. No, take everything inside of me, whatever is good, and give it to someone that can use it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Quantum, no, like 2.5 years under a coma, your body must have been all atrophied. Like all your
I'm
muscles must have
working
been all
on my
shriveled
legs.
up, right?
I'm working on my legs right now. Brain functions
Oh,
kicked in.
wow.
I lost a little bit of weight, and I did the impossible,
But that's the thing, Quantum. Look,
I know
listen,
there's a lot of questions. I respect
what
you
I'm
guys.
saying. But
There's
that's
a
what I'm
lot of
saying.
questions. Like my own family got questions from me. Like I feel like I even my friends like they have millions of questions for me, and I
know,
don't,
man, and I got a whole bunch because look, we already got the niceties.
every single one.
We've got
Ask me. Don't be afraid to ask me anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look, we've got the niceties out of the way. You're doing good, fantastic. Okay, what did you see on the other side, man?
I know you want to cut to the chase and forget about
absolutely.
The story. Okay,
well,
so all right. So we'll forget about what happened to me. We'll forget about the injuries. We'll forget about.
Well, you
all
get into
that.
an accident. You were hurting. Ouchie. You had a bunch of ouchies. Okay, man. Let's go to the fucking the good stuff.
No, it's not. It wasn't a bunch of ouchies, but let me tell you this, guys. You know when you sleep and you can go to sleep and you don't dream. You know what I mean? You just wake up the next day. You had nothing in there. So I was time like collapses and elapses within this realm, this dimension that we consider what is quantified by our math and quantified by time. Time is the controller of this moment. You know what I mean? This moment is controlled by time, and we can only recollect time as what it is. And I walked in a place where, and I'm to the respect of the viewers and what you believe in or don't believe in, it doesn't matter what you believe in at all, because at the end of the day, you will see the other side. You will die.
Quantum,
you will get old.
You're being too verbose here. We gotta go because we've got the fucking wing. We've got the wing
so that's all right. So we'll leave it there. No, we leave it in suspense.
There, man.
We'll leave it there in suspense. I appreciate you showing me how to get on here.
Can I just ask one question? Was it a traumatic head injury or was it like an OD? What caused you to go into a coma is my question.
No. So boxing militant, that was the one. He was one of the last person. That's the person that had one of the last conversations with me. And I was so out of it. I was so drunk. And I went out and I literally crushed. I didn't crush myself, but the impact towards my body.
All right, I had to disconnect from the call. They're still going at it. But listen, fellas, we gotta go. I want to watch the weigh-in, but we'll catch you on the after show on Sunday. We should have a Sunday show, so get ready for that one, fellas. We'll catch you on Sunday. Thanks again for everybody that contributed with the super chat. I'm talking about Frankie Sainz, who just donated, and who else? Nicholas Argyros. Nicholas Argyros says, "Bwahaha, Heaney loses bad. Bwahaha, what a simp." Oh, and then he put a nose there. Is that a nose? My goodness gracious. All right, well, listen, I'm going with Devin Haney. I could be wrong, but shout out to you, fellas. Thanks again for everybody who contributed with the super chat. Shout out to Eparokua, Asta, the Quags. Shout out to the Quags, Max Palacios, MMA champ, Jason Costa. Some people weren't buying his story. Pete, everybody that was in the panel, everybody that joined the panel. Shout out to you, fellas. Thank you again for